3. There we
You
go.
want to mix it?
I'm mixing. Yeah.
Can't hear it.
They killed me, man.
Okay, I'll get it together. Yeah. We're back.
One of these days.
I know, one day at a time. 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. I am the bench warmer. This is a good show. I'm feeling good today. Don't know why, but I'm feeling good today.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sitting here to my right, to my immediate right is Professor. What's going on, sir?
Pretty good. How about you?
I can't complain. If I could, wouldn't nobody listen anyway, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Now, was somebody listen?
And like I said, I don't know about that.
Exactly. Wouldn't nobody listen anyway. All right, to my immediate right. He comes in every once in a while. He fills in for those that are not here. We call him the substitute.
I'm back.
What's
Great
going
name.
on, sir? You all right today?
I'm good. How's everybody tonight?
We I got a bone to pick with you, but I'll pick that later.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll pick that later. To my immediate right. She serves by my side, in and out of time. When times are tough, she's there. When times are not tough, she's there.
That's a wife for you.
Yeah. No. That's security for you.
No, that's a wife.
What's going on, lady?
What's up?
Oh, she done remade herself, redid
How you
herself.
doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
You ready for your close up?
I am. Let's do the video.
Get a close up of that shirt, please. Thank you.
No. We don't do close up to shirts or nothing like that. We don't patronize.
This ain't the Sooner States,
We
Oklahoma.
We patronize no teams around here.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
I'm just saying, we patronize no teams around here. I'm just saying. How was your weekend?
Yes, it did. It was great. We had a grandkid takeover. They took over the whole house.
Wait,
It
that
was
was
so
way, man.
fun.
And that was great.
Mhm.
A grandkid.
We had a grandkid
Oh.
takeover.
And that was great.
My daughter-in-law asked me a couple of weeks ago if I could keep her 2 boys, and then the other kids heard about it and they came running.
And yeah. It's conspiracy because like we get rid of one and they be calling each other they're alone, so y'all
Don't
need
let
to
them
go.
be alone.
Right. Y'all need to go invade.
They can't be empty nesters yet. Bring the grandkids.
So are you the spoiling grandparents?
Of course,
No.
I am.
No.
Yes, he is. Did you see that picture of him with his granddaughter?
No.
Come on
I
now.
see that.
You know she got her. You know she
Wrapped
got
around there.
already.
No.
Already.
Oh.
All of them do. He can't even play.
Alex jumps in and said, "Hook 'em horns." Alex is my daughter. That's my daughter. Watch
We don't know you.
Watch what you say.
We don't know you.
To quote a famous wrestler, we must delete you.
Yeah. So Alex and Greg are in the house.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Supervisor. I mean,
I
supervisor.
wasn't finished talking about the grandkids. No, I'm serious.
But we got news to get to.
Go ahead. I was kidding.
What's going on? How's your weekend?
It was great. As usual, anytime I get to spend time with the family is always good.
Yes.
My wife thankfully didn't see my comments from last week.
We'll
I'm gonna tell her.
we'll retag her.
I'ma tell her.
We will retag her.
Like, what in the world?
Professor?
Everything is well. Same here. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.
Amen.
We gotta get to that
Amen.
comment. My weekend was real good. We did spend it with the grandchildren,
Mhm.
and I really feel like it's a conspiracy because I don't think we'll ever get an information until the grandchildren are grown and gone. So I think we gotta wait till they
We
grown.
gotta
and gone.
hold-
That's
yeah,
that's
look.
18 years.
Great
Yeah.
grandchildren.
No,
No,
not
no.
18 years because Giassi is not even 1 yet.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
Just let me.
we got a
relish-
lot of time.
Let me hold on to 18 years, okay?
They can't wait for us to get a house so they can really drive.
Well. Then we gotta figure out the other kids because everybody else ain't had no kids.
Right, that's just the 3 oldest kids. We have 4 other kids
That ain't had no kids.
that haven't had kids yet.
I'm
So,
telling you, we moving to go to
we gonna
Utah.
be. I thought we was moving to Alaska.
No, Vegas. Cause ain't no kids.
We ain't moving to Vegas.
We haven't had no money.
But we moving somewhere.
Nah, we gonna go somewhere.
We gonna go to Europe and board up the house.
Something like that, yeah. All right, so in news, we have news. Carmelo Anthony
We got news.
plans to sign a 1-year deal with the Houston Rockets today.
No surprise.
No,
I was waiting on the verbal to come to turn into a contract.
yeah,
It was a verbal agreement first, but I mean, I think it's 1 year, 4.2 million.
yeah.
But I mean, he got his money from the Hawks and the case in
He's
OKC. So
He's fine. He just want to play 1 more year out.
yeah, I mean, he's getting out of shape. Well, not out of shape, but
He's not
taking
the
care of his
same.
body.
Yeah, well, I mean, but his real years were in Denver.
Yeah, I agree.
That was when he was
He was
Carmelo.
really solid.
Yeah,
Then,
he was
yeah.
a beast. Then after that, it's over. Maryland missed to mistake. They missed their mistakes in the McNair death. Jordan McNair.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about this. Didn't he have a seizure?
Yeah, he was out on the field and stuff like that. And he was trying. I guess he was trying to get off the field, or something like that. But they made him. It was something was going on that the coaches were involved, and they could have prevented that death.
Right.
There's going to become criminal charges.
They were from what it sounded like, they were making their players just keep going in practice, no matter how you felt.
Yeah.
They just kept pushing you,
Mhm.
pushing you. And if I told you, I need to take time out, they
You
was
can't
like,
take time
no,
out. Stay there.
we'll let you know when to take a time out.
Mhm.
No.
Which is going to bring me to another comment about the Cleveland Browns, Hugh Jackson,
Okay.
because y'all heard what he said.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who was that? The receiver was facing marijuana charges,
Right.
and he decided to punish him by making him stay.
Callaway.
Callaway, yeah, he decided to punish him by making him stay on the field.
Mhm.
So he wound up at a 64 snaps. He wound up playing 53 snaps.
Good.
I mean,
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't either.
I mean, but then he was tapping his head saying, "I want to get out." Isn't that modern day slavery?
No.
No.
You
Come
get
on
out.
now. Football players and coaches do that to kids all the time. I mean,
Okay,
do that to players all the time.
So why does this guy right here?
That's
Jordan,
punishment. That's like making you run laps
But
and
why
making
Jordan
you do
McNair-
extra.
Why did Jordan McNair die? Because he was like, I'm tired, coach. I can't do this no more. And they said, stay there.
Stop being a
But
darn
see,
punk.
you dealing with two
That's what you
different
signed
people in
up
two
for.
different situations,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
two different body types,
Mhm.
two different conditions.
Right.
Come on now.
Tiger Woods takes second place.
Oh, I was rooting for you.
Man,
Man, I was
I woke up
rooting for
that Sunday morning. I was like, God, dog, he's 4 out. Oh yeah.
I was so rooting for him.
And he hit that shot on what was that on? He hit that shot on 15. It was
Oh,
on 15. That was like almost inches from the pin.
he needed to make that
He,
20-foot putt.
now what happened was he killed it on 16. On 16, he hit a shot that was way in the rough. It was like it was almost like 3 feet from the out of bounds.
But what you notice in the last few
Yeah,
events he's been in,
yeah,
he's starting to
climbing
look
up.
like he's figuring some things
He's
out.
climbing up.
Mhm. He's
I
revving up.
still don't believe he's back until he
No,
pulls
not
together
back.
consecutive.
Yeah, because
I need to see consistency, and then we can say he's back. But one, and then you backsliding down. You know, we would know when Tiger's really back.
Yeah, 'cause-
he's working him. He's ramping himself up pretty good.
Yeah, the comment is great because his problem is this right here. On the first 7 or 8, he missed the fairway. I mean, his drive was just like crappy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a crappy drive on the first 7 or 8, and then he pulled out his iron, and then his iron was looking good. And then he went back to the driver, and then the driver started looking good
Well, that first round killed him when he finished even.
when he finished 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had he finished 68 or 60,
Yep.
he'd have been in either a playoff run, or he'd have won the champ. You know, but just think,
It was good to see though.
Tiger's back.
Wonder what those
I
ratings
won't
were
say
on
he's
Sunday.
back. He's
Um,
almost
Those ratings had to be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they were on Sunday. Did you see the crowd that walked him up?
Oh
Oh my
my
God.
gosh, it's amazing.
All them cell phones is up. Like,
I couldn't help
let's
to
look at
see
Tiger. Let's look at Tiger. Tiger. There. I mean, this a crowd. A sea is like a river of people just watching him. I mean, you got and then the walk up to 18 was like a war of cheers.
The
And-
people want him to be
They want him to be good.
beat Tiger.
Yes.
They do.
It's
Yes.
good for golf. It's
Yes,
good for, I
it
mean,
is.
look at me. I'm not a
Absolutely.
big golf fan, but I was glued to the phone the whole time.
And then
Look how excited he
and
is.
then Brooks, when he walked up,
Loves
they
golf.
just that was a commemorative clap.
Like, can you please double bogey?
Yeah. Please, yeah, lose so we can have a playoff.
Mm,
And then
mm,
and shoot, when Adams hit his and wound up dropping back,
A shot behind
a
Tiger.
shot behind Tiger, that leaves Tiger in sole second place.
Second.
So if Brooks had double bogey, which he wasn't gonna do it,
No,
he was solid.
he was good.
And he had to be solid to stay off Tiger.
He did.
mhm.
He couldn't make any mistake throughout that whole tournament.
I think that's his third major.
That's his third major. That's the second within this year.
Yeah, he's starting to turn some heads.
Yeah, but the problem is when Tiger making the mistakes he made, any other golfer that made the mistakes that Tiger made would not even be in the tournament. Jordan Spieth, look at him. Not even considered in the tournament.
He's been hit or miss for the last year.
Yeah.
You don't know what
Yeah,
you're going to get out of him.
James Harden is linked to an Arizona nightclub incident.
I saw that.
Yeah. Some girl, his boys was fighting somebody else, and this girl starts taking videos.
Of course.
James Harden goes up to the girl,
Takes it.
pushes her, and throws the phone.
He'll be cutting a check.
Yeah,
He'll be cutting a nice check.
money.
When will they learn?
They won't.
They won't.
They won't.
All right, birthdays. Holly Berry.
Oh, I don't even want to know her age. She's so gorgeous. 54.
Okay. So question. I got a question for that right there. Do you take the gorgeous with the crazy?
No.
If it was up to you, she said, "Come, substitute. It's me and you. It's me and you. What we gonna do? I'm gonna come with who I am."
I'll tell her I'm a happily married man. Deandra, Christina Turner, I love you.
Yeah,
Good one.
that's a good one.
You ain't
Good
his.
save.
You're not Rick Fox around here.
Put a stamp on it.
Ooh,
All right,
good
so you say
save,
54.
Good save.
Yeah, 54, I think.
51.
51.
I think she's 52.
All right. Man, you've been hitting for the long.
He always hit.
I'm gonna put an
I
L
think he's
up
looking
on
at
it.
the celebrity birthdays. I'm starting to think now.
Yeah.
I had your back,
I'm
Professor.
trying to think. Yeah.
But now I think you're looking at them before you get here.
Pinning it down. No, we
That's all now.
going celebrity, so I need to research Magic Johnson.
I should know this one. The great Magic Johnson is 59.
He's older than Jordan.
61.
58.
All right, substitute gets this one. 59.
All right.
What?
Favorite
All right.
player of all time right there.
All right, Steve Martin.
Oh, man.
Steve Martin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
see.
He's been great for a long time.
Yeah, so you really can't say.
William Roxanne, wasn't he?
You really, yeah, he
Yeah,
was. He was.
great when he was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He's always been great since he was
Wild and crazy guy.
Steve
the jerk.
Martin. 69.
But you know what my favorite movie with Steve Martin is?
Huh.
Father of the Bride.
Oh, yeah.
That is the best, sweetest movie.
Mhm.
Sergeant Bilko.
Oh, that was funny. That was
I
funny.
like the who was that when he was with
Naked Gun.
No,
No, he wasn't in Naked Gun, that was the other
I like
guy.
I like the one when he was acting like he was trying.
The jerk.
No, is that the church?
When he was acting like he was black, like he was raised by a black
No.
family.
I'm talking about when he was acting like a gigolo and he was going against somebody else. Who was
Oh,
trying to
I
get
know what you talking about. Oh, I can't remember the name of that
Bring
one.
It
You
Down
just,
the
I
House.
just shot.
Is
No,
that
no,
it?
no. That was funny
good.
too.
Yeah.
That's the one with Queen Latifah.
Yeah, that was good.
He's talking about the one where they went to where it was like Paris or
Paris,
someplace,
England,
and
something like
him
that,
and
yeah.
this other guy were
Was trying to
competing
compete
for
against
this
it.
woman,
Uh-huh.
and she ended up being a con just like
She was
them.
a con,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
so funny.
That was good right there.
I can't remember the name of the movie. He just made me watch this last year. I'd never seen it.
Eat the cake, enemy. What you got?
What'd you say?
He said 69,
68.
68. What did he say?
67.
He's been great a long time.
I
We
know.
should say that.
I'm gonna go higher. Let's go 73.
Wow. Wow. How do you do this? I don't
Yeah, I was right.
understand it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's crazy.
Digging it dog.
That's crazy.
Oh, you got that Jedi mind trick going on. Jack and Harry. Jack A.
Jack K.
Jack K. Jack K.
Siren.
That's
227.
Man, she been
Siren.
around a long time,
That's
too.
227.
Siren.
Man,
Sandra.
She's
That's what she
still,
was
I'm
saying.
still
Oh,
looking.
Sandra.
Sandra.
She's aging
Her
well.
name was Sandra.
No. She would always call Sandra.
227.
Her name was
sister.
Sandra.
Sandra. I don't know what you saying.
Her fast,
Sonya.
She was
Very.
on 227.
Yeah.
65.
Then she had them
No,
twins.
she's not that old.
Then she had them twins. Well, she was on a show with Tia and Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said
You
65.
say 65?
65.
I don't think she's that
I don't
great
think
for
she's
her.
that old. 59.
She was real young on 227, like in her 20s.
Jedi mind trick. Boom, boom.
Will you stop? I'm gonna try
Yoda over here.
52.
He was 10 years behind. She's 62.
Oh!
Dang, she's 62.
Oh, she was close. Okay.
All right, tomorrow's birthday is Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Tomorrow's birthdays?
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Let's see.
42.
No, he's older than that.
He's older than that?
I don't know.
46.
Just say you already picked
She
the
said,
age.
she said
You
42.
can't be jumping around.
I'm gonna go 45.
48.
She said it 46, but she don't get it.
I get it.
No, you don't.
46.
You started at 46.
I can change if I want to.
you
It's a woman's prerogative
No.
to be able to
46?
change
Okay.
her mind.
No. It's Bobby Brown's prerogative.
46.
No, you don't
It's
get it.
my prerogative.
And Anthony Anderson.
Oh,
Anthony Anderson.
That's a good one.
44.
You gonna change again?
Yeah, if I want to.
Okay.
What you gonna do about it?
He's not counted.
That's a tough one.
Hi, Uncle Beaver.
Anthony.
46.
All
I'm
right.
going 45.
All right. 48. Anthony Anderson is 48.
Okay.
Nobody gets that right there.
Yeah,
All right.
blah, blah, blah.
So this has been Forward Sports Talk Radio, ForwardRadioNetwork.com. When we come back, we have got to get into the news of the day. Yes, it's sports, but no, it's not the Cowboys.
Okay.
It is not the Mavericks.
Shame on you.
It is not even the Rangers or the Stars. It is the Wings. Breaking news came down on Saturday. Was it Sunday?
Sunday.
I got called out of my cozy little no home grandchildren to get this call.
Yeah, the grandkid takeover was interrupted by this breaking news.
Yes. So when we come back, we're gonna get to the breaking news, and we're gonna have the professor break it down, explain
Break it
to
down,
us.
break it down.
And
Oh, boy.
And
These are the breaks.
the
Break
com-
it down, break it down, break it down.
the comments will keep on coming. This has been Foreign Sports Talk Radio on ForwardRadioNetwork.com. We will be right back.
Let's go.
All right, we're back. 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. I am the bench warmer, sitting in for myself, just chilling with myself.
Yes,
I got
sir.
3 other people that want to hang out with me, but we're gonna see what happens.
Nobody want to hang out with you.
All right. So we got to get into the story of the day of the weekend. It was not well. The Cowboys didn't play. They played Thursday.
Right.
And the Rangers keep losing. They win a couple, they keep losing. So that's just what that's.
They're
gonna
out of
do.
playoff contention.
Yeah.
They're just playing for cookies.
Well, mathematically, are they eliminated?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They
Just
are
making sure.
mathematically eliminated.
Just making sure they are mathematically eliminated.
They're not even in the wild card.
They're mathematically okay.
No.
So we got the mathematics out the way. The Stars are not even doing anything.
No, they're vacationing.
So what is this breaking news that we have this week
Involving
that shakes their foundation of Dallas Fort Worth sports?
it involves one of Fred Williams,
Wow.
who after the team's 8 consecutive loss Sunday, when they lost to the Mystics 93-80, immediately after the game on the way to the tunnel,
Gets into
there were witnesses that verified that Coach Williams and CEO Greg Bibb were seen screaming at each other in a huge altercation to the point that both men had to be restrained by team officials, and with Coach Williams screaming obscenities, F-bombs.
We.
F you.
After that happened,
Wow.
Fred Williams was asked about it, and he said, when you're on, basically, I'm paraphrasing here, when you're on a losing streak like this, tensions can get high, emotions could get a little out of hand. Had to be able to control them, had to be still professional about it. And he was just saying, I'm just trying to find a way to get a win. And right after his press conference, the Wings PR, who I already know who that is,
Right.
immediately told the media, game questions only.
Right. Don't ask anything about the fight.
Right. And I, for me,
I understand that.
That's damage control.
I understand that. You got to do it.
You got to do damage control.
She
For
stepped
something like
in
that.
and put it down, and that was the end of that line of questioning. And then after that, Fred Williams got with his lawyers so he could prepare a statement. Greg Bibb and the Wings did the same thing separately, and before you know it, that night, they used fire, but he was relieved of his duties.
And
In the midst of an 8-game losing streak. My God, I wish it was 8-game winning streak.
And then Taj is who is it? Coach Taj.
Taj McWilliams Franklin
She'll take over.
is an interim coach for the last 3 games. She's an individual, and they're playing the Connecticut Sun tonight, who is her former team.
Mhm.
She played 14 seasons in the WNBA. She is the Connecticut Sun's all-time leading rebounder and their 3rd leading scorer in Suns history. And she is now interim coach for the final 3 games, just to see if something would change here. Greg Bibb did mention they will be on a coaching search after this season. Does it include Taj? Well, we have to see the outcome of these last 3 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big story Sunday was a huge fallout after the the Wings lost to the Mystics, and Bibb and Williams were seen screaming at each other, and you can just kind of imagine. And I mean the fans, the Dallas Wings fans, all the social media, #FireFred. The last week.
Well, let's take both
Well,
sides.
they've
of
been
it.
saying that for the longest anyway.
Well, I
People
mean,
have been saying
but
that.
it got really
It got
bad.
real, yeah.
It got really bad.
Well, let's
Yeah.
take both sides of it. Let's take a Fred
Poor
Williams.
Fred.
Let's take a Fred Williams side of it. Because he was a friend of the show,
Mhm.
and we want to take his side of it. Yeah, the frustration is there, but sometimes you may not realize that it could be you that is getting way of this. I mean, because I think that the Dallas Wings management, they've given him everything he wanted.
Mhm.
I mean, you got your Liz Cambage.
Cambage.
Thank you, Shelley.
Liz Cambage. You got the top draft choice of this year,
As Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens. You know, you
The
got
rookie of the year last year,
Right,
and
you got-
Lisa Gray.
exactly. You got,
And you got
Skylar
Skylar
Diggs.
Diggins-Smith.
Yeah.
And you have probably one of the most improved players in the WNBA, in Caleb Thornton.
Yeah. You got some players.
Laura Johnson.
This is a talented team.
Mhm.
The question is, why is this team? Why did they lose 8 in a row? How do you lose 8 in a row? As talented as this team is, how do you lose 8 in a row? Somebody please explain that to me.
I think it really came down to philosophy. It just, in my opinion, I believe in some way, and I know Coach Williams loves the players, and players love him. But I just tend to think, I mean, either the defensive philosophy for this team didn't match the skill set of the players he had. Way too many turnovers in the beginning. It's always had been like that. But it started out slow due to the high turnover number.
And the fourth quarter has always been that.
And he has a career record with the Wings of 71-94 in 4 seasons.
Here's my thinking. Here's my thinking. Okay, you bring in Cam Bates, right? So you change the whole offense.
Well, let's go backwards. What man you were screaming last year that they needed?
They needed a big man.
Because, not talking bad about her, but because Courtney Paris, she's a good defender, but we always said she was too slow on her feet.
Exactly.
She could not handle Candace Parker. She couldn't handle Sylvia Fowles.
She could not.
I mean, and we saw that. We was like, man, we need a 5.
And you got one. The problem is that you changed your whole offense to that 5. They could have kept the offense the way it was. And
so run the offense through Skylar.
You're supposed to run it through Skylar.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Let's not act like that this team wasn't playing well earlier in the season. They were beaten. I watched them blow out my Sparks a couple of times.
Okay.
Okay, Candace Parker and all, they were playing terrific basketball. And like everything, like any team, you get a little injury here, a little injury there, starts to screw up the chemistry. Then guys or gals start to come back, and then you have to try to find that again.
Yeah.
And then when you start to find it again or try to find it again, then your big gets injured and starts having some health issues.
Mm-hmm.
So he had them playing terrific basketball, and at some point something went terribly wrong that caused them to lose that mojo that they had. And now it's one of those things, you get in a funk. It's just they needed one win and they just couldn't get it, and unfortunately
they still got it. They still need that same win.
Right.
Matter of fact, but they're down with. How do you say I'm down with Las Vegas, which is probably the worst team in the state? Here's my thing.
The worst team in the WNBA is the Fever.
Right.
They've been won 5
but
games.
the inaugural team, who's about on the cusp of getting to the
There's the
playoffs.
San Antonio Stars at one point.
Yeah, it was now the
Now
Las
they're
Vegas.
Las Vegas
But they're on the cusp of getting into the playoffs, and guess what? The Wings gonna give it up for them again.
All the Wings need to do, speaking of that, they have 3 games left. They only need to win 2.
You gotta win 2 or 3. But can it have it? I mean, you just come off of an 8-game losing streak.
They're still on it.
Yeah, I'm right. Can you put 2 together?
they have to.
You got to.
I mean,
You have no choice. Here's my thing, and I'm gonna go back to what I've been saying. Yeah, you're right. They've been playing. Okay. They've been playing good. They've been playing everything through Kim Page. Okay, but I'm saying, why do you change up? You got a big man. Consistently run everything through Skylar. Let Skylar, dig and dump. Yeah, she's got Cam Page had 53 points. I understand that. That's one game.
And also, right now, Liz Cambage is the leading scorer in the WNBA right now.
Yeah, but that's one player, one game. That's one player. But that one player, the leading scorer, and you're on the cusp of not being in
There's
this.
something that's wrong.
Yeah, there's an issue there because Skylar Diggs is the scorer.
But you know what I thought about? I say Liz Cambage is the leading scorer in the WNBA in points per game in 23 PPG, but her team is under 500. Who does that remind you of? To me, the team that came to mind, LeBron James and the Cavs.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see him scoring 40,
Exactly.
51, but everybody else is below 10.
But here's the difference though.
There's no balance.
But here's the difference though. You got players on this team. I mean,
That's
these
true.
these not scrub. I mean, shoot, the Cleveland Cavaliers had scrubs. These are not
And Kevin
scrubs.
Love's not a scrub. Come on,
No,
man.
he's not a scrub.
He's not a scrub.
He's
He
not
is
a
an
career
all-star.
player.
He's not a scrub, but he's not a.
He's an all-star.
He's not.
It's just
top.
that you
I don't consider
you
Kevin
don't see
Love
him maximize
2010
his talent
basketball player.
because he's in Cleveland with LeBron James, but you saw his talent when he's with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's what the Timberwolves.
Okay,
when you go
but
to another
okay,
team.
he's
But I'm
an
talking about-
all-star. He's
I'm
not a
talking about the wing.
scrub.
I'm talking about the wings. The wings.
Okay,
I mean, you got Skylar Diggs.
Diggins,
Diggs,
Smith.
Smith. I'm Skylar Smith.
Her name's not Tay Diggs.
Oh my goodness.
Skylar Diggins Smith.
Smith. Thank you.
All right, you have her.
Woo.
You have the first round draft choice. It's not a scrub. You
That's Ray Stevens.
Ezra Stevens. You have some players on this team that can shoot the ball. That can
Alicia
score.
Gray.
You know, then you got Glory Johnson,
Kayla Thornton.
Kellerton. These are players that can play, that can shoot the ball and score. This team right here should not even be competing for the last spot in the playoffs.
Which is why I believe I went back to. I don't think the philosophy for the talent that he had on the team fit. It just didn't.
Who
because-
creates the philosophy?
The head coach.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna read the two tales here. Well, I'm not gonna read one. I'm gonna read one. We're gonna hear from Fred Williams.
All right.
So Greg Bibb, what he came out was in saying Sunday was following today's game, the Memphis game. I made the decision to change direction in regards to our head coaching position. I felt this move was necessary. The season has not met our expectations. I've asked Tosh to serve as our interim head coach, and I have the utmost confidence that she and our staff will do everything possible to put us in the best position to win. I wish Fred the best moving forward. Our focus remains on qualifying for the playoffs and ultimately competing for a WNBA championship.
Okay.
So now, we're going to go to the airport in Washington where TMZ caught up with Fred Williams.
TMZ.
TMZ
they got
caught up with
employed. TMZ be employing everybody, don't they?
TMZ be on
them.
it.
They be everywhere.
Exactly.
So we're going to pull up this video here, and they asked him the rough questions. He finally broke his silence, and they asked
TMZ
him-
don't throw no softballs.
Oh no, they throw a hard ball.
They ain't throwing curves. They ain't throwing splitters. They ain't throwing 90, 95 mile an hour balls. And you better learn how to hit them. Because if you can't, you're on social media network news.
So I'm gonna pull up this video here.
SMNN. Ooh. Yeah, we gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta do it.
What's the problem?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Y'all ready?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Professor.
You got me up?
Let's see what you got here. Yeah, you should be up. You gotta raise. You gotta lower.
It's just.
You gotta raise your volume on your phone.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. See if we can fry this up real quick.
Love your phone.
Actually, I'm getting bad reception. This has it's a little bit slower than I thought it would be. There we go.
Can't hear it. You turn your phone up? Your phone volume up?
That's all I know. And I know a lot of the players just show support. You're kind of like the movie Guardian of the Galaxies when they stood up for their director, you know, not wanting to see him fire or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's. I love my players. I love the game. Women's basketball has been good to me and put a lot of bread on my table. But you know, I bounce back. You know,
Hi, AD.
What was it about? What were they mad about that you did? What led to it, man?
You have to ask them, and you know, it could be because we had some losses on the road, but everything builds up. You know, it's just a management decision.
But they said it was just kind of a blow up, like they didn't like the direct. I know sometimes the management wants certain players to be put in the game, or was it something to that degree? And they give you full support.
It's up to their discretion what they want to do. I'm a coach. coach, manage, owners, man.
But you know, they're going to spin it a different way. I said, we want to hear the real. You know, we're cheering for you over at TMZ, man. We
I know you are. You know, I just say just stay decision. You know, I've been there before in my life, and you just have to go.
Fred said, I ain't up for that BS.
I just gotta find a new journey and move on.
Hey,
There you go.
he said, I ain't got time for all that.
He said, I know who you are.
Yeah. He's like, I ain't got time for that. Y'all gone somewhere with all that.
Thoughts, comments from the bench warmer.
All right, so here's what we gonna do. We're gonna get Fred on.
Yeah, let's talk to Fred ourselves.
As a matter of fact, get on anytime and hey, he chill.
Hey, he ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Fred, we on the air. What you want to talk
You
about?
wrong for that.
No, I'm not gonna set him
That's
up like
cold.
that. But
He ain't
we're gonna
got
bring him
nothing
on.
to do. Join us.
Yeah.
Still.
He got music though. I'm saying.
He does.
Fred, I told you need to get that producing career going because it's right here. Anyway,
So, there you
I
go.
don't think he really gave any real answers, and I don't think he really asked any real questions.
I thought it was being very general.
Yeah, he was being.
He said players play, coaches
Coach,
coach, owners own.
and managers manage.
That's simple.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's
it
the
was-
way it should be.
Well, I mean, but there are some things that's dug in there, and he's probably he just got off the plane, so he's got to get with his lawyers to figure out what he can and can't say.
Right.
You know, so
It's a PR move.
yeah, so he's going to give some general answers as to what may or may not happen. Until they dissolve that thing, he really can't say much of nothing.
Right.
You know, so he's got to be kind of hush hush and say, you know what, just get my last check. You know, y'all still got to pay me throughout the end of the year. I still got a contract. Y'all still got to pay me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hold it down. So you know, I understand his reluctancy to really divulge any information.
He should just say no comment and keep moving.
Well, because no comment. What does no comment these days mean?
It means no comment.
No.
I don't have any comments at this moment.
And as a fan, how do you take no comment? Because people will take the word no
Look,
comment.
it
and
just
use
happened.
it.
Give me a time to digest what happened.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back, and when I got all my ducks in a row,
And that's
then we'll come back and we'll discuss it.
and that's the grandiose
People
response.
want this microwave. They want this like,
Yes, but how do
give it
people,
to me now.
How do people receive the word no comment?
First of all,
let's-
he need to worry about his money.
No, let's take
So,
a panel. Let's take a panel.
I'm with Fred. I ain't saying nothing until I get my stuff straight.
This was happened after y'all leave. No, but let's take a panel though. How do y'all receive the word no comment? How do you receive the word no comment?
I'm receiving this no comment.
I basically receive it as he don't want to talk about it right now.
Right. It's just like when you get
As
into
a
a
fan,
fight
I'm
with your
like,
spouse.
okay, you don't
Yeah.
talk about it right now, so I'm gonna keep searching the internet until I found the story where he finally opens up, which is what he kind of did there. Because prior to that interview,
You heard nothing.
the only time we heard from him was in the press after the game, but he was talking about
The game.
the game itself, and you heard no more from him up until that point.
Excuse me for a moment. I need to say something to AD Phillips. I'm not waving at the camera no more. Stop bothering me. I'm trying to talk. We're trying to have a show here. If you want me to wave at you, come on the show.
Okay.
Anyway,
Substitute. How do you receive the word no comment? What do you take from the word? It's almost like the Fifth Amendment.
I'm gonna look at it from a media perspective. If I hear no comment, the first thing I'm thinking is this some good stuff went down.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
And I need to know what it is.
let's dig in.
Because if he don't want to say a word,
It's something there.
how good is it?
Let's dig in. Let's dig in. So the word when you say
stay away from my comment.
because I already heard your comment.
Yeah.
You had.
I
you
got
had,
some more comments.
You had comment. Anyway, it was yours.
Go
Wasn't no
ahead.
comment. But when you hear the word, so he had to address a little. He had to say a little something because now we don't. In your mind, you're not thinking. Maybe there's something. You're thinking maybe or maybe not. But he's trying to. You know, what he's trying to do is he's trying to pad the whole situation. Let me pad it real quick. So I'm not. See, me saying no comment does not pad the situation. Me saying no comment means that okay, I'm finna get some phone calls. It's gonna be a whole bunch of people at my door, and I don't want that. So let me just kind of pad the situation here and there. You know, just
No comment means I got to get my business
No, no,
straight.
in
Got to
the
get my
media-
ducks in a row
in the media-
before I get to the
Wait, wait.
media who's gonna
But
put
see,
a
but see,
spin on
but
it
see.
that's not
in
the
the media.
truth.
No comment does not mean that. In
But
the
see-
media, it does not mean that.
But see, I'm gonna tell you this. He expressed interest in coaching again, I'm gonna say this: he's not taking the Des Bryant approach.
No, he's trying to
Thank
get that.
you.
He's being safe with
He's
it,
being humble.
and he wants his money. I know the man wants
Yeah, he gotta
loves
get
his
his
money,
money.
That's why he had to say a
Uh,
little something, because no comment.
but
he-
not
No, he
not,
need to say
not
nothing.
something incriminating.
No,
Right,
To where
exactly.
it will
That's why he
damage
needs to
his
say
character.
no comment.
But he didn't say anything that incriminates him, though.
But he shouldn't say anything because you know the media is going to keep poking until he says something.
Right, and
They're going
it's
to keep
gonna blow up.
poking. And exactly.
It's gonna blow up,
So-
and then for
And that's
no
probably what happened behind the scenes when he was talking to the owner. He was like, you know, I don't want to talk about it right now. Whatever was going on between them, he was probably
sorry.
trying to approach it in a calm way, and he said something that caused him to blow up.
I'm
So
sorry.
no
We lose
comment
8 in a
protects
row.
you from doing
I give you
that.
every player you need, and we lose 8 in a row. Oh, you gonna comment with me? I'm the
But
owner.
we gonna comment behind closed doors in a professional manner. You're not gonna talk to me crazy.
We can be
You
in a
know
hallway.
me.
We can be in a hallway. Me and you gonna have a conversation.
No, you know me. I'm not doing that.
We gonna be in.
We gonna go somewhere where we can talk professionally and calmly and respectably to each other. If you're gonna talk to me crazy, you're not gonna get a response from me.
Okay, comments. Your salary's on the line. Comment.
I don't care.
Okay, well,
You gonna still treat me like a human being. I don't have a tail on me.
wait. But the owner wasn't treating. No,
You don't know that. You don't know what the
From what
conversation was.
From what the report said, he was throwing profanities, not the owner.
But you don't know what was said before. You know Fred is a calm person. You know this. We
I
know him.
No.
He's not one to just go off like that, go
You
crazy.
see how we do this? No, I'm not saying.
So I'm just saying.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying we. I'm saying you say how media. Say how no comment would do this,
Exactly.
and that's why he made comments,
Mhm.
because no comment would do stuff like this right here. That's why he made comments.
Anyway,
He said,
you don't know what was said before he started throwing the F-bombs, do you?
Trust me, I'm gonna find out.
But what I'm saying is
I'm
that
gonna find out.
you don't know. So how do you know it was on Fred's end that the problem
And you're
happened
right.
there? It
You
could have
don't-
been
You're right.
his response to whatever was said to
You
him.
don't- hit it-
Maybe he called him the N-word.
whatever. I'm a
Yeah.
real-
Omarosa.
No, because it wouldn't be no comment. Because
You right about that. He would have blew that
It'd have
up.
been handcuffs.
It'd have been blown up.
Anyway,
But I feel like this. I feel like Fred got to try to get his money right. You know, so
and that's what he's doing.
he's
with-
got to talk to his attorneys to see what he can and cannot say, what he can and
And
cannot do,
That's why he
so
made,
that he can get his money straight over here. Like, do y'all owe me some money?
and,
And then if he wants to move on to another team, he don't want to be a Des Bryant out there blowing up TO and blacklisting himself. You know what I'm saying? He's got to play it safe.
and that's
What
why
were
he
we
made-
talking about earlier today? We gonna play this on the Omarosa thing. Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
And that's why he said the little things he said, because the little things he said would not get him in trouble.
Audience comment.
Okay.
What's
Bench
all
warmer, why are you always defending the owners?
Going back to Jerry Jones.
I am
Not only that, the president, he be defending all them folks. I be like, who did I marry?
because I'm a
That's
owner.
right.
Uh-oh, somebody's wife is on.
Because I am an
Where my
owner,
food at?
and when I start making y'all do stuff, what y'all gonna call me slave owner?
I don't know.
Hello,
Kanye.
Deandra.
DeAndre.
Kanye.
No. Anyway,
My son calls him Kanye.
yeah,
Let's make sure there's no he say, she say segment. Thank
no.
you.
Yeah,
We do have a he say, she say. And I need to bring up the one we had last week. You need to go check out the comments
So
from
you gonna,
last week.
so you gonna hear for another 15 minutes? You know. Anyway, so what I'm saying about this right here is I think Fred said the right thing with TMZ. He didn't give TMZ anything to run with.
No ammunition.
Right. No comment gives you an ammunition. It does. And we've seen it time and time again where they use that no comment. Oh, we know something. Like you just said, there's something behind that.
Definitely.
There's something behind that. So he gave us something, just a little something, because if he didn't, we wouldn't have had the whole hookup with no comment. You wouldn't have played no comment, would you? If it was just no comment, you wouldn't have played that, would you?
I mean, it been no reason to.
Exactly.
Right.
But he gave us a little something, so we can say, okay,
A little snippet, little
He
snippet.
Yeah,
said something
Something,
instead
just
of
a
saying
little
no
something.
comment.
Yeah, a little something, so we can say, okay, let's dissect this. There's really nothing there. So you gave us something that's really nothing there, which is okay.
Mhm.
So now we have, and we can't run with this because media likes to run with little things that you say, stuff that does not make sense, and run with it and say this is what you said. And they love
Not
to do
safe
that.
from the media no matter what you do.
You can
Pretty
be.
much.
No.
You're
It-
not.
Okay. Did
You're not.
anything that Coach Fred Williams say make you think anything different? No. He was safe from the media. That's why he did that. No comment would not have been safe from the media.
Okay.
Because no comment, we would have speculated.
Yep.
We do that all the time. I do that really good. I really speculate all the
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Speculate while Lewis is still on the phone. You know,
Yeah, I have people that want to call in about this, so you may hear them after 9 o'clock.
469-249-2411 is the phone number if you'd like to call in.
I told them to call in after 9,
Yeah,
not between 8 and 9.
You don't be
because
calling in.
I had a few people that wanted to.
voice their opinion.
Really get
Yeah,
into it,
and
huh? What time is it?
It's
We good.
47 after the hour.
We
Oh,
good,
okay,
we
yeah.
good. So having we got the interim coach coming in. How do you think the Wings are going to do these last 3 games? If they make the playoffs,
Ugh.
here's the scenario. Let's say they make the playoffs
Without Fred?
without Fred and do good in the playoffs.
Well, they're getting whipped right now.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, before we answer that question,
Never mind.
with 6:15 left in the fourth quarter, it's Connecticut 79 and the Dallas Wings 68. Lori Johnson has
How many-
left the game with a cervical strain. She would not return.
Cervical strain?
Yes.
And Cam Age is not
Wow.
that good, is she?
She's back in the starting lineup.
Okay.
She started tonight, and right now she is at she has 13 points in 22 minutes, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals, and 4 fouls.
And then fourth quarter
Yes,
with how much left?
6:15. They still got a little
Still got some
time.
time. They still got some time, but no, with Glory gone.
Skylar Diggins has 17, Ray 14, Caleb Thornton 15, Cam Bates 13.
Yeah, well.
That's it.
That's it.
Because, you
Game
know,
over.
and you know why? They ran with the same philosophy for the whole year.
There's nothing wrong. See, I meant to say this. There's nothing wrong with you get a talented big by changing your offense around the big. The problem is you need motion. You can't just have guys standing around.
And that's all they do.
See,
is
one thing, and y'all gonna make fun of me, but I'll go back to my Lakers and the triangle offense with Phil Jackson. You can go to Shaq in the post, but there's a lot of cutting, a lot of movement involved.
You got-
And so it doesn't hurt to have Kobe.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say. You got Kobe. I mean, but wouldn't that be the equivalent? I mean, Cam Age and Skylar, wouldn't that be the same?
Right, you can still go to her a lot. She's a mismatch problem.
The problem is that Lamar. I mean, when you had Shaq and Kobe, you had who's that third player?
It was a bunch of people.
And
It
that-
could be Ori, it could be
yeah,
Fox,
no,
it could be
it was
Brian
probably
Shaw.
Ori and Fox that made that. Do the Wings had that? I mean, shoot, they got more than that.
They got more than that.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So you can still run a good motion offense and still go to your go-to person on the block. Because I'd rather have a hook shot from about 8 feet away from the basket than guys just out there shooting threes, or guys, I should say. I'm sorry. And it's just that simple. I mean, just because they decided to change and go to the big doesn't mean that everybody had to become stagnant. That's, again, it goes back to coaching. There's no reason.
I'm gonna say, but does Williams know how to run that triangle like that?
Well,
Because
maybe not that
that's
particular system.
that's the triangle. I mean, that is the triangle. You know, and does he know how to run the triangle? And does he know how to teach Cam Bates how to run the triangle? Because if it's going through her, he's got to learn how to teach her.
All she has to do is stay on the block. When there's cuts, when she gets double teams, the players dive from whichever wing side, make the pass. Can she pass out of a double team?
And I'm pretty sure she can.
Look, and I've seen her do it.
Yeah,
She can.
but do they teach? Is that a practice? Is that something they teach? And are the players aware that they may get that cut, so they got to make movement? They're not making movement at all. When they give it into her, it's almost like a sit around and see what
Yeah,
she
you
gonna
can't
do.
ball watch.
Yeah,
Just can't
it's almost like I remember listening to this is old. I'm going back to old school. Mean Joe Green. Mean Joe Green said that the moment they got Jack Lambert, okay, it made his job a lot easier because now he don't have to worry about his backside. before he had to worry about his backside, so he couldn't pursue the way he needed to pursue because people was watching him. With Cam Page, they're just watching her. As soon as they get in, it's like they're people watching. They're fans now.
And it should have really made the game easy for them all.
It should have, but that's coaching though. It's coaching and stop watching her and start making moves. So if there's a problem, you can get it done. And that should have been done in training camp. That should have been done way before the season started. Not at the halfway mark and the end mark. You should do that in the beginning. Say, if this is how we're gonna run the offense, this is our version of triangle, and it doesn't have to be necessarily the triangle. I mean, shoot, you can put Cam Page on the outside.
Cam Page can shoot from the outside.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You can put her on that side, bring Skylar in, and have her dump it to Cam Page. It still could be within her offense, but her offense doesn't have to be in that block.
But you want to make sure that the offense fits her strength.
Yeah,
as a 5.
But here's the deal though.
You gotta fit her strength.
But here's the deal though. Once she's developed as okay, she's the go-to. We need to watch her. Guess what's gonna happen? You can put her on the outside, and guess how many people gonna come out there to her?
But see, if you develop the offense to her strength, and she's double triple team, one thing Cam Page started to learn how to do that she wasn't doing in the beginning is passing out of double teams. She kept it to herself. And she struggled to get the shot up. She's the next tallest player in the WNBA, the Brittany Griner, who's 6'9", Cam Page is 6'8". But teams are starting to figure out if you clog the middle with Cam Page, or if you go around her with speed, she can't handle that.
And I agree with that. What I'm saying is this right here. If you can move, you can clog it or move her outside. Guess what's going to happen when you move her? Well, how many people you think are going to follow her? If they feel like the offense is going through her, how many people you go? It's not going to be one person going to follow her. It's going to be two, at least two. It's going to be two people following her.
Well,
and guess what happens? You're going to leave one person open.
I'm just saying, if she recognizes the spots on the floor where a player should be when she get double triple team, the offense will flow a lot better. And one other thing about this team, we have great players, but we wasn't. Fred said this 2 weeks ago. We're just not putting the ball in the hoop. We're missing field goals because we're rushing the shot, or we're taking the shot with folks in our face, and we're like going back to what he said. We're not spacing the floor, and defensively we're not rotating as we should. And one thing I noticed, the girls are not talking like they should defensively. They're not communicating. They look lost when Cam Page is out the game.
They've never communicated since they got here.
I'm just talking about this season.
I hear you.
I'm just saying.
Well, again,
go
they
ahead.
had to be doing something right because at one point they were 14-9.
Yeah.
So
and they beat LA twice.
Whooped them.
Yeah. And my thing is right here. If I'm the owner and yes, I'm the defender, I'm gonna have a question. We lose 8 in a row. Who's not gonna have a question?
I mean, I don't blame that, of course. I mean, why would you lose 8 in a row in the playoff push?
We're in the playoff push and we lose 8 in a row. Yeah.
You went from 14 now to 14 to 17.
And how many games went down?
You about to lose 9 in a row.
And how many of those games went down to the fourth quarter? Remember how many times
last year, especially.
Exactly. We've been up. We up in the last 2 minutes. We up by 10 in the fourth quarter. We wound up losing.
We're losing 91 to 72.
Well,
how does that happen?
Well, the season's over. They're not going to win the last 2 games.
I mean, they're literally giving the AC away.
Right.
Yeah.
They're giving it away.
How does that happen? You lose the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. You up 10 and you still lose. How does that happen? I mean, please explain. And that's probably what the owner's saying. Explain to me. How does that happen?
It's a little mental too.
Yeah.
It's like, and the worst thing you don't want to do is when you start growing a habit of doing things like this, always down 10 in the fourth quarter. You start off slow too much.
Mm-hmm.
Not starting off. If it becomes a habit, now you're gonna start getting this attitude of the Cleveland Brown curse.
We always.
And I don't think that's that bad. But I'm just saying, you start growing a mentality to where you're used to it, you're accustomed to it, and you can't snap out of it mentally. And it's something you're used to.
You could be up by 20. And your mindset was like, "Oh, we're gonna lose it anyway." So guess what? You're not gonna hit the shot right.
There's no way.
Because your mindset, we're not gonna go down and rebound right.
They're down by 19.
We're not gonna.
That's crazy.
Because your mindset is already there. You're in the mindset of losing. And remember that time we go to the locker room? What was the atmosphere in the locker room? It was so dead. The locker room atmosphere is so dead. When they had that, was that a couple of years, a year ago, when we go to the locker room, it was so dead, and players were like, well, you know, it was like they didn't really care. So there was no care for the game, and so, you know, while the fans were trying to be the fans, they'll go out there and sign autographs and be happy, but you guys just lost.
You know, it'd be really funny if the Wings end up losing out this entire season, even with a coaching change, nothing changed.
Well, no, it's not going to change because guess what?
The offensive philosophy.
You got to change the philosophy. The philosophy of number one, it's not the philosophy, not just the philosophy of the offense, but the philosophy of the defense.
Right.
It's a double-edged sword. Number one is we come out in the first quarter and we're behind. We're trying to get together. We get together in the second quarter. We come back up. Third quarter, we just lose it all. And in the fourth quarter, we come back up a little bit. And then guess what? 5 minutes before the fourth quarter ends, guess what? We just drop it down the drain. Our mindset says we only gonna play like, you know, what, 15, 20 minutes a game for the whole game. That's our mindset.
Well,
you know,
their offensive philosophy is not going to change in 2 games.
No,
It's not.
I mean, we're late in the season, right?
I agree. It's too late in the season. You can't change it.
I do know before we go to break, thinking about who could come to this team and put some life into
Coaching
the
wise.
Wings. Coaching wise,
Nancy Lieberman.
I have. Thank you.
Nancy Lieberman. I knew exactly.
Thank you. She lives in Dallas.
Nancy
She's a
Lieberman. Yep.
player. She's a Hall of Famer.
And I guarantee you that's where he's going next. Nancy Lieberman.
Right now, she's in Ice Cube's Big 3. I mean,
Right. Nancy Lieberman.
if she could do that,
She's trying to get there. She wants to get there. Nancy Lieberman is going to be next Dallas Wings head coach.
man,
I'll
if
mark
they
it down.
could find a way to get that woman here, I'll be happy.
I like Nancy.
Yeah.
I love Nancy Lieberman.
Yeah. Nancy Lieberman.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
You talking about a
Sorry,
mentality
Fred.
change around here?
That's
She's
gonna be
the
it.
one.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Now let me say this.
With this talent too?
But let me say this. Before the Dallas Wings were the
Toronto, Dallas Wings? Or
who were they before
Toronto.
the Tulsa Shock?
Yeah, Tulsa Shock, and in Detroit. They was in Detroit.
That was in Detroit, right? Nancy Lieberman was the head coach then.
And then, yeah.
I'm not sure what happened.
And then they win. They won in Detroit with her.
I have to look that up. But I saw her name as a head coach
Yeah, I think they won with her.
of Detroit.
Yeah,
Who was this organization? She went from Detroit, Tulsa to Dallas.
yeah.
But my point is, hey, things change.
Yeah, she would love to get there.
Hey,
Why hasn't anybody went after UConn's head coach?
what's his name? I heard someone else say
UConn
something.
coach. That team wins every year.
And you know what though? It's probably easier in the WNBA to jump from ladies college basketball to WNBA. It's probably easier to make that jump.
That's a guy I'd like to talk to
Yeah,
because
yeah.
those players always seem to love him. They talk so highly of him, and all they do is win. I know they get the most talent, but still, you still got to win with the talent.
Yeah, I mean, but this team's got talent.
Right.
I mean, it's not like we this team has got talent. They have the play. Their front five is talented.
That's Cam Bays, Thornton, Diggins, Alicia Gray, Asbury Stevens, and then Gloria Johnson, Kayla, who we ain't talked about, Kayla Davis.
Yeah. And then you wind up getting rid of Ariel Powers.
And don't forget Karima Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, this team has got talent. So and that's probably where the big fight is that we got talent and where we at.
Didn't I tell you why? What went down with that?
No.
Ariel Powers.
No.
From people I spoke with that's close to the organization, and even season ticket holders I have conversations with. Basically, what went down was, from what I heard, is that Ariel was not happy when the replacement for Karima Christmas Kelly was Kayla Thornton. She felt like that she should have been the main star instead of Thornton. And the way Thornton turned out, I mean, she turned out to be awesome. She's up for the most improved player in the NBA, WNBA. But from what I heard, Ariel was pissed when the star knob was Kayla instead of herself.
But that's coaching.
And it started from there.
But Thornton, I mean.
And Thornton, hey, I can't argue. I mean, because Thornton has really showed up.
But can you argue? Well, see, you can't even say that because Ariel was hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, injury can stop you from getting some more.
And she just came off an injury. That's correct.
Yeah. So you got to look at that too. But let's do this right here. We got to go to break.
Yes.
When we come back, we got to get into this entertainment hour. It's supposed to be hot. I heard.
Oh, okay.
A little birdie turban.
Little
Okay.
birdie turkey.
A little birdie turban. Birdie turban. Off the country.
What you got that drink on there?
Turd.
Oh my goodness.
All right, this is Formula Sports Talk Radio, ForumRadioNetwork.com. When we come back, we get into the entertainment hour.
Let's go.
One Sports Talk Radio, ForumRadioNetwork.com. I am the bench warmer.
Can't hear you.
Huh? Why can't you hear me?
I don't know.
Open up your ears. Close your eyes. I know. It bees that way sometimes, don't it? See, it bees that way sometimes. All right, this is Formula Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. We have special abuse going on around here.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Real quick, before we get to Shelley, 96-76, the Dallas Wings lose to the Sun. 9th game in a row.
Wow.
They get blown by 20.
So is Fred back there laughing?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Yeah, Slim Shady. It wasn't me. Okay, I got some quick announcements before we get into the entertainment segment. The show will be moving to its own location. Well, not its own location, but a new location, starting September 3rd.
That is a Tuesday. Okay.
That is a Tuesday, September 3rd. We will be at the Brick House Lounge.
Yay!
Nice.
The
Yes.
Brook House or Brick House?
Brick House.
Brick
Brick House
Brick
house.
House Lounge in Arlington.
Cause she's a
off
brick
of Arkansas.
house.
So we'll be broadcasting
In
live
Arlington.
in Arlington every Tuesday from 7 to 10 at the
Nice.
Brick House Lounge. Make sure you guys come out. The bar will be open. The grill will be open.
We're not buying though. You need to buy your own stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah.
This is not courtesy
So
of
we can have-
411.
We can have fans of 411
You
come
can
out.
have fans.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
invite
We
all
can
your
have
friends.
live audience.
Yes, because we're trying to have. We're gonna make this a show.
Yes.
So
We're excited.
You ready?
Yeah.
You
I'm
coming?
looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
that's
a
right up
full
his alley.
table. Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Yeah.
So invite all of our old hosts, co-hosts to come out.
Mostly
old?
entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment goes
Oh,
down.
okay.
Yeah, in and out.
So,
We have got 5 entertainment
Who's old?
reports.
Who you talking about?
Wait. As far as you're not
He
old.
won't let me quit. He let everybody else quit. He won't let me
Yeah,
quit.
if you quit, you old. Or if you decided there's something else you need to do, you old.
He won't let me do nothing else. I got to stay here.
Yeah. So
have you started promoting this? I know
No.
you-
Not yet,
Let's
because
start-
he's still getting the
The
I's
final
dotted
details.
and the T's crossed.
T's crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, he just got, I think, the confirmation, the paperwork you got today, right? Sasha?
Yeah. I
Are
got
you gonna do everything online? You have flyers out? I'm just trying to get people to
You
come.
looking at me? That's the
Oh,
man
okay.
over there.
Yeah, you know me.
I'm
push it
following
out
his
there.
direction.
Okay.
Whatever, you know, I
you
got
the
the
promoter. You
online
real good
stuff,
at
but
that.
he does
So
the,
is
you
my
know.
wife. I'm gonna get her involved because she's real good at that.
She need
Yeah.
to be at
We
this
gonna
bridal
engage
thing on
everybody.
Saturday. That's
She's
what she
amazing.
need to be.
If we had a call in, who is this on the line?
Hang up. That's AD.
Okay. I know you.
You know who that is.
No more waves and no more.
I don't know
calls.
why he want to call in on my hour. He need to call in on the sports.
Okay, well, she done talked. She. Anyway, so
It's probably AD. I just sent the number.
all right. Well, anyway, so we'll be doing that starting the 3rd of September. We're excited.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday we're gonna put it out this week. So you guys get ready. We're gonna put a special invite for the first show. So we want the first show to be packed. We want
Okay, so
everybody-
did you hear Lewis's question?
What's his
Are
question?
you gonna have flyers, postcards? Are we
we'll-
gonna have things out there announcing it?
Yeah,
so
we'll
we
have-
can hand
I
it
want
out.
to physically give it to them,
Right.
something they can hold on to.
Right.
If they're just looking online and they might forget.
We can come up with that.
Okay, I just want something.
We have time. I mean, today is the 14th, so
Maybe a piece of
if
paper,
we can
be a
get some
card, 'cause
design this
I
week
like to
and
push stuff
get them
out there
printed
like that.
by next week.
We can come up with that.
We just can't go in there and not do nothing.
Amen to
We can do
that.
that. We can come up with that.
Okay.
Hey, DeAndre, if you're listening, hook it up.
Hook it up.
Hook it up.
Yeah, we gotta
Alright.
go to. We're supposed to go. What was it, the Monday? We have to go over there to see how the setup is gonna be.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna put the video camera so we can do Facebook Live still. You know, because with a live audience, it's gonna be different on how we
Mhm.
set up the camera and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
so
important.
And
Yeah.
and they got a screen. They got a
And-
big old screen we
yeah.
can utilize.
where he could put the logo up
And
on
the
the
banner,
screen.
yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
What part of Arlington is this?
This
It's
is
right off of Arkansas and 360.
Yeah.
So it's closer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Closer.
A lot
It's
closer.
closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot
Yeah,
closer.
Okay.
it's about 20 minutes from here, the other way, going south.
So if you come from
East.
it's a lot closer. 360 Arkansas. You right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's that little area right there, little shopping center right there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So hang on with us. We
Yeah,
trying. We
pushing it out
trying.
Yeah, we pushing it out there. So invite all your friends out there.
Uh-huh.
They'll have drinks. Maybe I'll talk to them and see if we can do a drink special or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see.
Mix up a famous 411 drink.
There you go. Let me get the phone.
Get a drink called the security.
No. It's not.
It's virgin.
Nah, we don't need that drink. We need a strong one. It's the 411. Let me get that 411.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Kvassier. Grandma,
So
yeah,
y'all talking about
Kvassier.
that
I don't know
Mars.
nothing about all that.
Yeah, some grandma, yeah.
Mine is gonna be
Kvassier.
strawberry lemonade.
He's been to one of my parties before.
Wait, grandma,
Yes, I
yeah.
am.
Wait, grandma,
Yeah.
yeah, and Kvassier with a splash of crown.
Hey,
Ooh.
maybe Deandra could cook us a special treat.
Well, no, you gotta go through their chef.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
really?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
they went.
We didn't go. We need to go out. Make sure we go out this Friday to the buffet. We missed it that Friday that he was here, And we couldn't go this Friday
What was
because we
that
had the
buffet again? We
grandkids.
talked
It was
about
from
that.
6 to 9,
6 to 9, yeah.
something like that.
We got tickets.
Okay.
It's free. What are you talking about? You got tickets?
Well, you know, I'm trying
He's
to
so
make-
crazy. He's so crazy.
trying
6
to make-
o'clock. It starts at
Okay.
6. I don't know what time it
And the
ends.
second news is tomorrow starts our jazz segment.
Oh yeah.
We got a jazz show starting tomorrow.
Fusion.
Candace, yeah, Candace Mahogany, yes.
Mahogany.
It's called Jazz Fusion 411.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I
And you
will
know,
be
Mahogany
tuning in.
is a local artist, has
Yes.
her own jazz studio.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
we're looking forward to that. We had her on the show before, long time ago.
Back at the.
Was that-
Yeah, you don't say it. I know, I almost said it too. I was like, dang it, oh wait, it was a while ago.
Anyway, so
But yeah, that's cool.
she's agreed to do the show.
Is her banner up on the site yet?
We'll put it up tonight. Tomorrow.
Sending out a newsletter, right?
Yeah, we're sending out the
With
newsletter
the
tomorrow, so she'll be on from 7 to 9.
Yeah, because success is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, it is. Jazz,
You got to lay the foundation
Jazz Fusion
and build up on it.
Jazz Fusion 411 with Mahogany. So y'all
I
go to the
can't
jazz
wait.
station, go to 411radionetwork.com, go to the jazz station, boom, it's right there.
Wednesdays from
Wednesday
7
from
to 9.
7 to 9, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 7 to 9. Okay.
Yes.
Wednesdays from
And
7
if
to
you
9.
miss a show-
Jazz
And
Fusion.
if you miss a show, we're going to have it on podcast, so it's on demand.
Yes, yes.
On demand.
Can't wait. She's a good girl.
We doing
Good
it.
lady.
And then the last one is a book will be coming out very soon. Well, not very soon, but pretty soon.
You said book?
A book.
Oh, book.
A book.
Oh,
Will
okay.
be coming out pretty soon.
A
What
book
book?
on what?
And the author is a well-known author.
Cedric,
And she's gonna put it down for us.
Really?
Big time.
I was not ready to make that announcement.
I ain't said nothing. I'm just saying a book will be coming out very soon.
See,
Very well-known artist.
you gave that up.
Yes.
You gave that up that time. He wasn't gonna say
Why would you
anything.
even do that?
Because I just said a book is coming out very
Why
soon.
would you even go there?
Because it's entertainment hour.
I don't, but I didn't want to put that out there.
This is entertainment when me and you fight. Come on, girl. All right, give us
Stand you.
entertainment. Give us entertainment.
Anyway.
What you got?
I'm thrown off now. You threw my whole, I can't even speak right now.
Now she can have her light and no interruptions, okay?
I'm gonna mute myself.
This is her hour.
I lost my train of thought. I just completely lost
So we're
my
on the
train of thought.
entertainment hour.
Anyway, the he say she say questions. I can't even focus on the news stuff.
No,
anymore.
Omarosa.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Uh-oh.
So anyway, the he say she say question.
Boy, that's just cold. Omarosa was.
You didn't talk to me about that before you did that.
I never
Cedric,
said-
that. Just threw me off.
I'm sorry.
If I did that to you, you would have a fit.
No, I roll
Yes,
with
you
it.
would. No,
I
you
roll
wouldn't.
with
Well,
it.
I don't roll like that. I'm not you.
Okay, well, you're right.
You know
That-
me.
that's-
I
that's
don't
right.
do that.
That's why opposite connect.
I'm very
Look at Martez.
low key.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Martez
just,
like-
you know, I don't do that
Martez
because
like, what just happened here?
I don't do that kind of stuff because I don't want to be pressured. That's pressure for me. Now I'm pressured to get it
I
out.
wasn't talking about you.
Cedric, who were you talking about? Exactly. You and I both know what it was.
Can we
Okay,
talk-
this is
Omarosa.
real marriage right here. This is a real marriage dispute. Anybody listening? This is what happens sometimes.
Can we talk about Omarosa real quick?
No, I don't want to talk about Omarosa. I already put the he say, she say question after, so we're gonna talk about
Wait. Louis got the Omarosa stuff up.
I don't got nothing to do with that. No. Leave me out of
I'm gonna say a quick snippet about Omarosa. Y'all know what's going on out there with Omarosa, her and Donald Trump. I think that they done had some little hanky-panky behind the scenes, and it's a thin line between love and hate, and that's why they're going at it. End of story, like your dad says. End of story. End of story. Don't say nothing else. So the he say, she say question is,
Wait, let me see if I can take this phone.
in this day and age, when people give false identities such as age and sexual identity or sexual preference, should it be standard to ask for someone's birth certificate to prove their identity when dating? This is from my aunt. My aunt submitted this question.
Louis like, what? What the hell?
In this day and age, when people lie about who they are, their age, sexual preference, sexual identity, transgender, all this stuff going on, when people are lying about who they are, when you're dating, should it be standard practice to ask for the birth certificate? And if you were asked for the birth certificate, would you
give
feel
it up?
offended? Can you let me
Oh my
finish
God.
my question, please? You all over my stuff today. You get a whooping after the station, after the show goes on.
Well, that might not be a bad thing.
If you were asked for your birth certificate, would you be offended? So that's the question.
I'm sorry, audience.
My aunt submitted this question. Thank you, Alberta.
Okay.
We asked our family today. We have had some really great moments today. Our family has this thing called Marco Polo
Mhm.
because my family's all out of town. So the way we keep up with each other is we use Marco Polo. We talk every day. We do devotion together. We pose questions about what's going on in current events. We have different channels where we talk about sports and movies and generational wealth. I
Movie
mean, we do a
watching
bunch
is a
of stuff.
sport.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. So today, my
Little buddy?
mom challenged
Little buddy?
us to.
I'm saying little buddy because he know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
He said movie watching is sport. I know exactly what you're talking about. Chris Arnold. Mute. Can't talk about
No. So anyway, so we were talking about, we were giving testimonies today. And we were playing songs, and so at the end of it, my brother was actually the one who initiated some questions. He had a friend or someone at work that he was trying to share his faith with because he believes in like Scientology and so on and so forth. So the conversation just kind of grew from there. And I was like, hey y'all, I haven't gotten a question for the show tonight. Somebody give me a question. So they gave us 4 questions, and then of course Benchwarmer picked the last one. So that's what we got here. So answer the question.
I'm not gonna start.
Don't everybody speak at once.
Come on now, come on. I need the guys. I'm the only female here, unless DeAndre wants to call in.
Don't everybody
Rehash
speak at
that
one
question
time.
one more time. Just shoot it straight.
Okay. In this day and age, when people give false identities such as age and sexual identity or sexual preference, should it be standard to ask for someone's birth certificate to prove their identity when dating? And if you were asked to give your birth certificate, would you be offended? Of course, we're all married. Let's act like we're not married right now.
Yeah, I got
You on the dating
switch hats.
scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
put your other hat on.
You know,
Who came up with this question?
My aunt.
Your
My aunt.
Okay.
And the way she said it was like, she said
Transgender. She said it was because of transgender.
because of transgender and all this stuff that's going on in the world,
should you ask for that
should you
person?
ask for somebody's birth certificate
to make sure that they are a
who they
man
say
or
they
woman?
are? Yeah.
Are they John or Jill?
in
Wait,
my
I
opinion,
gotta put y'all on so I can hear the question, hear y'all's answers. Hold on. Whew.
Hold on, I got somebody calling in too.
It's probably AD. He on here putting up LOL.
Yeah, what's going on, sir?
All right, family, we done asked the question.
Yeah, you got us?
Okay, anybody want to answer the question? Come on.
well, I think somebody's.
Who is that?
Oh, we
AD?
talking about, he said, she said,
That's what
Yes, we
about.
talking about the question.
okay. First of all, before I answer, Professor,
Yes, sir.
can you referee those 2 for me?
Is that the preacher?
That
Yes,
is
sir.
the preach. That's preach.
Please,
Preach,
please.
preacher.
And then, I
But you
want
know
to
what?
apologize for not being there, but I had an important conversation with some people earlier. They just know about it, and we'll talk about that later. But now, how do you know a person lied to you to ask for the birth certificate?
How
But you
they
don't
give
know
the right
that
birth certificate?
you don't know they're lying to you, and that's why you asked the question.
How you know they docking up
The
the
question was, in this day and age, because people lie to you about their age, about their sexual identity, and their preferences, should it be a standard practice to ask for the birth certificate so people can prove their identity? Because people lie.
Well,
You get
yeah.
into a date with somebody, next thing you know, they doing like, what was the name of that movie? Where the lady pulled off a wig, her hair, a leg, What was it?
That's what is that? That's-
Low down. It wasn't low down dirty shame. No, it wasn't that one. It was the other one.
No, it was color.
Well,
It was color. It was.
If I'm going
I know what you're talking about.
to ask for a birth certificate,
Then you shouldn't be dating her or him.
if I'm going to ask for a birth certificate, I'm going to ask for a social security, driving license,
I need your bank account number too.
history, background, your mama's address,
Oh, my
daddy's
goodness.
address.
Oh my goodness.
What did y'all name her when y'all had her or him?
Oh my goodness.
What was the name y'all gave him or her?
Let's send it over there.
Oh boy.
That's Professor. That's the substitute.
So, all right,
Well-
so son, what you got?
Well, I'm
Well,
going to
Prince is
ask
still
if I
answering.
feel like you lying.
Well, if I felt like a lie, I ain't gotta ask nothing. I just move on.
Right.
So should you be able to tell that somebody's lying so you don't have to ask them for the birth certificate?
Well, a man to a woman.
Well,
if a
well,
man,
let me put it like this. Can I,
I'm telling you, these
let
men
me
look
back
so
up.
much like
Let me
women
back
these
up.
days.
Number one, if I feel like a person lying to me or a lady's lying to me, I'm not going to be with her long anyway to ask for anything.
all right. So AD, I got this. Okay. So we have to break this down. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not just about transgender.
No, it's not about trans. It might be
Because
age.
you got age.
It
You
might be
got
age.
people that's saying that they 18 and they 14. These young women looking like they grown women
Okay.
these
If a
days.
man can't tell a woman who's 14, then he got some
Cedric,
issues.
have you seen some of
No,
these
no,
young
have you
women
heard they
how
talk?
built?
Have you heard that?
Some of them talk
No,
grown too.
A 14-year-old conversation can't be as grown as mine.
Okay.
Heck no.
Some people is more mature.
You can sift that
I
out.
agree with one.
You can sift that out. A 14-year-old conversation can't be as grown as mine.
Conversation
No.
can't be.
You can hell a 25-year-old conversation can't be as grown as mine. You can sift that out. I'm talking about transgender part. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just
You
gonna
gonna look for the Adam apple?
I'm gonna look for the ad. I'm gonna rub up. I'm gonna say, oh hell
You
no!
gonna
What
rub
the hell?
up?
Oh,
What?
no.
You gonna do what?
You can't tuck it in for long.
I think there's a way you can go
Oh,
about
that's
it.
just nasty.
That wouldn't be completely.
How you gonna
offensive.
rub up and just make sure?
I'm like Donald Trump.
That's nasty, Cedric. That's just nasty.
Donald Trump said, "Grab her by the pee."
What?
Lord, did y'all hear
What's
this
happening
mess
here?
right here? Did y'all hear this mess?
Wow.
So you know I'm not running for president no time soon.
You grab somebody's pee, it's gonna be on. Oh, wait a minute, we got our dating hats on, huh?
What if-
Married hats.
What if it's not the pee? Grab. Oh, you not okay? You got to go. Get off my plane.
I think there's a way you can go about it where it's not as offensive. I think it depends on how serious is this relationship. You know, I think in some relationships, people ask sometimes if you go get HIV test.
Right, they do that.
Right.
You know, and
So
you're
that's
not-
the same
you're not
premise.
Trying to offend them, you just want to know. You know, make sure you're clean. I'm clean. This relationship, we're going into this, and everybody's safe. And I think that's the same thing in a way. I mean, if you're dealing with a transgender, you know, I'm a man. I'm expecting to be with a woman.
Right,
You
right.
know, I'm not trying to offend you, but this is what's going on today. Can you respect this? How serious are we? How far are we going to take this?
I think I'm Facebook stalking. I'm gonna get your Facebook stuff and I'm gonna stalk. Look at all the pictures. I'm gonna see where'd you start, and I'm gonna see. Look at comments. Because that, I mean, social media tells you who that person
Usually
is.
Not
tells you-
necessarily.
tells you-
Well, they can give you.
Not necessarily. It's some men on
That's-
there that look
That's
like
where the
women.
fraud comes into play.
Huh?
Social media is where it
Social
starts.
media is where it starts with the identity theft, with the
I'm
lies.
charming, and you might be charming.
Well,
I don't know. I'm just trying to make a joke. It didn't work.
and as far as them asking me for mine, you're gonna have to tell me why. Why do you want my birth certificate?
Because I don't believe you.
And that explanation is gonna have to be really good. in
Yeah,
order
because
for
can
me
they
to
say
give
I
my
don't
birth
believe you?
certificate. They can. They can say that.
And if they do, then what?
Then we're gonna have to talk about why they don't believe me. Have I given you any reason not to believe what I've been telling you up to this point? And if I have, and how much do I like you? If I like you enough, okay, fine, we'll do it just to make sure I have your 100% trust.
But see, when you have to do, I think the moment you go there, and you are who you say you are, and you felt you're not giving any any reason for that person to believe that you're not that, the moment you go there, you just put that trust on the line. It's gonna consistently stay on the line.
Don't talk to me.
I wouldn't go that route.
I am who I say I am.
If you can't believe who I am, I'm sorry.
What's up, Preach?
Can I
What's
ask
up?
you a question?
Sure. What's up?
The question I want to ask, when are you talking about asking for this information?
That's a good question.
When? What?
Yeah, when do you ask for this information? How deep are you into the
right off the
relationship?
bat, or 6 months down, or 12 months down the line?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on the person that you're with. If you have questions about who they are or what their identities, maybe after y'all done met for the first time or something, you be like, something ain't right in Denmark. I'm gonna need to, Do
Alright,
you
so-
just outright ask them for their birth certificate, or do you just ask them, say, it
So I
don't
come
seem
with
like
you.
you,
Hey, how you
say
doing?
you
I'm
are?
Shelly. I'm Cedric. Okay, let me see your birth certificate.
If you ask that question when you first meet,
That quick.
that's the last
that's
thing
a
you're
wrap.
gonna
Yeah,
have.
that's a wrap
the
for
end
me.
of that.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
right.
Shelly, I'm Cedric. Let me see your birth certificate.
Boy,
Let
please.
me see your ID.
In your dreams.
I mean, because but that could speak to underage.
Trust.
No, that
Yeah.
can speak to underage more.
Well-
I think it speaks more to underage than it does transgender.
Mm.
Well,
Now,
you can
when
play
you
it
talk
off. When is your
about-
birthday?
Right.
I don't believe that. Let me see your
Girl,
license.
you don't look like you.
You don't look that age. let me
You
see your
look like
license.
you 30. You say you 35. Let me see your birth certificate.
There's ways you can pull that off.
Let me see your ID. Yeah.
I never had anyone to ask me, or I never asked anyone, because the proof was in the pudding.
What if you never got?
Okay, but would you do like Cedric? Cedric talking about he gonna rub up on them.
What if you never got to the pudding?
Before,
Would you rub up on
we go
somebody
any
to see
further
whether
with
they
that,
real or not?
Let's go go.
Security, you need to make that statement. This radio show is not responsible for anybody.
Oh yeah, I do need to put that disclaimer out there. We're not responsible for bench warmers' comments.
But you reminded you.
On the radio station. Anyway, no, but the whole thing is a
The views expressed on this station do not express the whole views of the entire crew, just the bench warmer.
Please, because we want to make it to our next move.
Hey, the president said he can grab my grab.
No.
Professor. When I'm not there, you sit next to a bench woman. You have every right to put him under restriction.
He been trying to do that since he got here.
I haven't tried yet. Y'all been on good behavior so far. I ain't said nothing.
Okay, we
It,
good.
it ain't like it was in previous weeks.
No, but my thing is this right. Number one, so to answer your question, I would really have a problem with somebody asking me for my birth certificate. And the reason why is because I know who I am. I'm not gonna tell you anything less than
You're
who I
not
am.
gonna front.
I ain't gonna front. No. And if you don't trust that, then guess what? You're gonna have more. There are more trust issues than just if my birth certificate's there.
Right.
Because there become more issues behind that than just what is your birthday and are you a man or a woman. There are so many other issues. That means that you have some issues that I might not want to deal with, and I don't want to move forward if I have to prove to you who I am.
Well, and I mean, I can understand where she's coming from with the question because, again, remember, we expanded the question. She was specific about transgender. So you do have people that are out there representing themselves as something than what they were not born to be. So if you have someone,
I can prove that without my birth certificate.
But I'm-
man, trust me.
but I mean, but see, people are having full surgeries now.
Yeah.
Full surgeries, removing everything, adding stuff. You know, I've seen transgenders with breasts bigger than mine.
But Professor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Help clarify this for me.
Okay.
Once a person have that type of surgery, can they go in and pay for new identification?
They will have to do it through the courts.
Oh,
Right,
they sure
but
can.
still, They have that revenue to do that. So in other words, if they do that, you'll never find out the truth.
Correct.
Well, they can't change their birth certificate. They can change
And that's
their
not-
identification.
And it's not right to me.
Yeah, they
It's
can't
not
change.
right.
Yeah, they can't change their birth certificate, but they can change their
But
other
they can
stuff.
change their identification.
They can change their name and
If you
stuff
got
like that, but
good
you can't
graphic
change.
designer, you can change the birth certificate.
And
You
the
still
way
gotta have a
technology
seal.
is,
Who's looking
they
for
can trump up a new birth certificate that look like the real thing.
That's
Exactly.
true.
And that's true.
Exactly. So my thing is this right here. First of all, if we're talking about a man going to a woman, okay, there are things that have to be taken away and given to. If we're talking about a woman going through a man, same thing. There has to be things taken away and given to. It's hard. I think I don't know if it's. I've never gone through this right here, but is it hard for a woman to go to a man to have things taken away, which is breast and things,
Oh no, you
and
looking
things
at me
given
like I
to?
would know.
which is you know, I mean, because that there's the big test right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge test right there, and AD, you're right. You know, that's some money
Oh yeah.
that's got to be put on the table. So that means that the person you're dealing with has got to have a stack load behind them.
Now, bitch woman. I just want to ask a question here because it sounds like you actually know what you're talking about.
No,
If something happens before security,
no. See, you starting stuff. You starting stuff.
I just want to make sure you know we family. So.
Wait, you been knowing me since I was knee high to a chicken, so you know. I've been on man since we've been here. We ain't finna start that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
We can talk after the show. You
No, we ain't got another conversation after the show.
Careful, TMZ gonna be outside.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
TMZ, yeah, they stay
Right.
outside, don't they? TMZ stay outside, don't they?
That's
No,
funny.
yeah, but my thing is right here. If you ask me for my birth certificate, just to make sure I am who I am, then I don't really have nothing to do with you.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just me. And I'm not
and
gonna.
that's me too.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna ask you for your birth certificate.
So you would be offended if someone asked you for your birth certificate
Yeah, because I know who I am.
or your
I
ID.
Yeah, my ID. Because you know what? I'm not gonna start out the relationship line. I might end up lying, but I ain't gonna start out lying.
But the thing is, a lot of people do start off lying.
But they,
Let me put it like this.
What you used to say, your representative. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Preach.
Well, when it comes to my identification, my wife don't know it by heart, but she know where to go get it just in case something happens to me.
Shoot, I
We
know
never
Cedric's by
ask
heart.
for each other identification unless we were going to make a purchase or with
When I want to go get a credit card, I know Cedric's by heart.
I can't go nowhere.
I know all the Cedric's by heart. I don't play that. I know your account numbers. I know your social, your birth certificate, your driver's license. I know it all. Because if something happened,
Blood type.
I don't know your blood type.
Good, I'm no O negative.
No, you're not. Whew, but that's your spouse. Your spouse is supposed to know.
I'm Z positive.
But your spouse is supposed to know that stuff. But you talking about somebody that you just getting to know.
We're talking about if y'all going to RJ's by the lake.
Shoot, I didn't know all this stuff until me and
That's
Cedric got married.
See, I'm gonna go
And
back.
he sure didn't know my stuff until we got married.
If y'all finna, AD, you can roll me on this right here. If y'all finna go to RJ's by the lake or Fat Sally's,
What's
Lakeside.
that salad?
the lakeside, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all going over there and you meet this little honey, you know, down with Martha Burks do her thing, you know, and you meet her and everything. Are you gonna ask her for her social security number?
She be done slapped the taste out your mouth.
Number one, she's not gonna be fat.
Well, Fat Sally, no, she won't. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I got
Okay, let's not body shame. Let's not body shame. Big women are big women.
No. Remember Fat Sally's
Yeah,
off of
I never
off
heard of that.
Keys? Remember Fat Sally's off the Keys? Oh, y'all.
Cedric
y'all
wouldn't know them
I
kind of
don't.
places.
Okay, y'all remember Pizzazz?
I don't.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Deborah Smith said, once a liar, always a liar.
I told you we're gonna have a conversation after this
Hey,
show.
Deborah. That's Sister Smith. That's my girl there.
Remember Pizzazz?
Hey,
She
Miss
telling how it
Deborah.
is.
Y'all remember Pizzazz?
I don't.
I don't. I remember the Palladium.
Palladium? You remember the
I remember that.
I don't know none of these places.
Lakeside, RJ by the
Lakeside,
lake.
yeah. What was that? The other Monopolies?
No, I don't know about none about the monopolists. No.
Oh, you remember Club 21, right?
Barely.
Prime 21, yeah.
Oh, now Prime 21.
Prime
Yeah.
21, yeah. You don't remember
Okay.
6 or 7?
No.
Oh, dang.
You don't remember 67?
Yeah, I know. You don't remember 6 or 7?
No.
Okay, back to the question and
Yeah,
the
back to the
answer,
question.
please.
Well, Professionals Club.
Okay, back to the
You
question.
black to the question.
Black to the question.
Black to the question.
Yeah, back to the question. Okay, you really don't ask those kind of questions unless you really gonna be with somebody
That's what I said.
and you don't feel totally comfortable with that person. You want to be sure.
Right. And that question don't get asked until maybe a couple of weeks down the road. And it doesn't get...
We.
Well, 'cause hopefully y'all ain't got into it.
Hey,
Preacher, you didn't answer my question.
You 2 days that... Preach 2 days down the road.
Preach, you didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. I said, would you rub up on somebody to find out whether they was a man or a woman?
We dance. You know how you dance? You grinding.
You better not be rubbing up on nobody.
I was saying that's a late
That
side.
is not. I wish somebody would.
No,
We
but-
just start talking to each other and you rub up on me.
No,
You don't get hurt.
No, at Lexington, you can go out and dance on the dance floor. And
I ain't
whatever
never
goes
been.
down,
That ain't my kind of place. You rub up
Y'all
on me,
remember
you gonna
Lexington,
get
right?
hurt.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
Okay. Lexington, you go there, you dance, especially if we was in the VIP. So
I
they
don't
grab
do all
us.
that. Mm-mm.
You know, we.
You better stay 10 inches away from me.
Hey, R. Kelly said, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump of grind. Because you figured it all right
Clearly,
there.
he has his own personal issues.
Right, you gonna use R. Kelly as
That's
a reference?
not- that's not
Really?
an example.
Really? Of all
You gonna be
people.
right there behind all this?
Right, you gonna be in jail with him.
When you find out in the bump and grind.
Mm-mm.
You find out in the bump and grind
You
section.
should have asked for a birth certificate.
In the bump or the grind.
Mm-mm.
There has to be a way where a person can get away with asking that. It has to
Nope.
be. And not be offensive.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Well, I'm looking at
Let me
two
get your
more
birth
questions
certificate.
here.
So how do you
Yeah, we
determine whether somebody's lying to you about their age or their sexual identity or their sexual preference? Because you got a lot of people that's on the down low. Don't forget about that.
Well,
The DL thing is something serious too.
Well, number one, if a man from a woman, if they on the DL, and that might be okay. Because it's a threesome.
Yeah.
So we're not.
Where's that censor
What's
thing?
going on?
It's a menage a trois going
I
on.
need something to
That might-
slap
That
bitch
might
woman.
be okay.
I need something to censor him. I need a big black sheet to put up over this so I can beat him upside the head real quick.
I'm just saying, you know that.
That's not what
I'm
we're
just
talking
throwing
about.
all ideas out there.
What if the
Anyways.
person dealt with that in a previous relationship?
That's
That's
a good
why they're
question.
coming
That's why
to you
they're
in that
asking.
fashion.
Mm.
Maybe they tell you, look, I really like you. My previous relationship of 2 years, I dealt with this, and the other.
He was
And
on the DL.
I don't want to come with you the wrong way, but if you could do this for me for my own,
Sound like it.
for my
AD.
own comfort.
Uh-huh.
What's going on, man?
AD,
Okay, you know we're recording this, right?
you just burped on air.
You know we're recording this, right? You know there's a
Can you please put your phone on mute?
there's a thing on the ticket called the
Say
emergency brake.
excuse
You know
me.
what? No. I was opening up a can. I'm sorry.
Man, that wasn't no open
A
up no
can
can.
of what?
A can in your mouth burping. That wasn't no
That
can.
ain't sound like no can being
No
open.
current.
I'm sorry. I was opening up a can of harmony. I'm sorry.
No, you was
A
harmonizing.
can of harmony.
Oh, you singing a symphony? You sound like you singing a symphony with that burp.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Okay.
substitute. He was making a good point.
And he couldn't make it because you burped in the middle of his conversation.
No, I think
Okay, go ahead.
He was saying if she could burp, what?
Y'all crazy.
I'm not thinking about safety traffic, you know.
This is entertainment.
Wait, AD, you older than me, so I might be picking up your habits.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
All right, what you got?
come on, substitute.
But,
Come on, substitute.
really, on a serious note.
Wait, substitute talking.
Out there,
Oh, hold up. Hold
there's
up.
a person
Put him on
that
mute.
dealt with an issue like
They just
this.
gonna take over.
And it's very serious now that you really know who you're gonna be with. Okay, and I think it hasn't gotten better because people are not deceiving people like they used to in the past. Because a lot of people was coming up hurt.
In the past,
Under that kind of issue.
it was easier to deceive you.
No, now it's easier to deceive you.
No. In the
The
past,
makeup artists, the
No.
surgeries that people have.
No. What I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. In the past, it was easier because guess what? You don't have social media. You don't have anything to back up your claim. Only thing you had was, I got an ID. Here's my ID. And at that time, the knowledge of transgender wasn't even prevalent. So
But that's why the question is being asked, because it's so prevalent now. You got to ask. You got to find out some kind of way whether you really who you say you are. Especially when men are transitioning into women and they look. There's some of these men look more like women than women do.
Yeah, like that track meet. You saw
Oh my
that?
God!
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that track meet. It was like 3 guys who looked like women was dominating the field because they was transgender. They was dominating the field in track. I mean, dominating.
Wow!
I mean, because it was transgender, and the women was like, and one race I saw, and after the race, one girl was like, you know, she was like, her whole face, she was a real sis. A girl was like, man, this is just not, it don't make no sense.
Something's wrong with this picture.
Because that was a transgender just killing it, killing it. I mean,
And that goes back to that topic we had last time I was on the show when we talked about transgenders being in sports. Should have.
Oh, we sure did.
when
We
had
sure
that
did.
topic.
yeah.
You all remember when this really first started coming out in the public about transgender, and I believe it was Jerry Springer show. He had
Everything
women
came out.
and a man on it that looked just like a woman, and they couldn't tell that was a man.
Right. Everything came out of Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah.
So really, that caused a real issue with men.
Yeah,
So
everything.
here in Dallas, a man got killed behind that.
They've been getting beat up.
In Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happened.
You
Everything
better come up front with folks and tell them who you are. Don't be lying.
Transgender, everything happened on Jerry Springer. I mean, Jerry Springer is the one who brought the whole issue out.
And it's sad to say, but that kind of action has filtered into the church now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every choir director or piano player.
You need to stop that. That is not true. You need to quit that one. Okay, let's substitute into what he was trying to say.
I do not agree with that comment.
Thank you.
At all.
I do not either. I don't know who this person is. I don't associate with him.
This is the Bible Belt, right?
No. Let the substitute finish his.
Churches you go to in the Bible Belt.
Time out, for real. Let the substitute, because we running out of time.
How many piano players and choir directors?
Time out.
Thank you.
Okay, got to vote whistle. Time out.
Please.
All right,
Substitute.
now let's go
please.
back to the substitute's
He's been trying to get this
explanation.
out for 15 minutes.
So go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
No, like I was saying is, you know, if it's a serious relationship like I started with, and the person is asking you because they were in a previous relationship that they found out that they were with someone that was a transgender or was underage or something of that nature, and that caused them to have this insecurity about them. And so now, just for their own comfort, they're asking you, hey, I'm sorry, but this happened to me once. Do you mind? And if they approach you that way, would you be more willing to go ahead and say, okay, since you put it that way, yes, I'll do this.
Right.
Right.
There,
I can see that.
I can see that. I can see that. Especially if you explain your situation.
Right.
But if you just come right out and say, I need to see this, that, and the other, yeah, we got some issues. But if you explain your situation, especially, and the other thing is if you guys been dating or seeing each other for a certain period of time.
And I was pretty emphatic about that. How serious is it?
Right, right.
That matters.
Now, what substitute is saying, there is a clean way of expressing that, but even so, I have a tendency to think a little deeper, and I'm saying now, after I give you this, I'm going to ask, do you have a record?
Well, you might want to ask that anyway. That's another thing you need to ask for.
Why don't you just go back to TJ's application and fill out the application?
Okay, I need to pull that application up.
Yeah, let's fill
Get
out
some
the
questions
application.
from that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Professor, let's round it out with you. We coming up to the end.
Mine might be a little bit different. So let's rehash the question.
Re-ask the question. In this day and age, when people give false identities such as age and sexual identity or sexual preference, should it be standard to ask for someone's birth certificate to prove their identity when dating? If you were asked for your birth certificate, would you be offended?
No and no.
It's not standard, and you wouldn't be offended.
I would not be offended.
But it's not standard.
But it should not be
It
standard.
should not be standard.
Okay.
To back up my theory, when dating, one of the first things you should do as an individual is to get to know the person around their circumstances. And what I mean by that is, have you met mama? Have you met daddy? How that person treats others, how that person talks to others.
Well, let me stop you real quick.
Okay.
How soon does it take for you to meet mom and daddy when you're dating?
It'll come on its own. I don't put a timetable on that.
Right.
It'll come on its own.
I mean, but so
I don't bring everybody around my mom
so
and my
can you meet
dad,
mom and daddy in
my
2 weeks?
family.
If it's possible, yes. If the situation presented itself, yes, but
I don't
I
bring
wouldn't
nobody
rush it.
around till
It'll
we
come
get
on its
serious.
own.
That.
but however,
I'm old school.
However, if it gets to a point to where it's 6 months down the road, and I haven't had sex with this person.
I was gonna say, but y'all knocking boots.
No.
With it,
You
No.
know that?
No.
You might be saving yourself for marriage.
No.
Trust me.
Let's say I could in have. Let's
You need
say.
to quit.
Let's say in 3
in
months.
about a week and a half,
Quit it.
it's on. I'm gonna figure it out after
Let's
that.
say in 3 months, I haven't met any of your family. Then I'm gonna be a little bit concerned because that tells me a little bit. That tells me some about yourself.
Because you ain't around your family.
Right.
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 If that could be a telling sign that
That's not
something. might-
necessarily true.
Right.
But I'm saying that because some people because family will tell the truth.
Well,
If-
yeah,
if
but
the
family will
family-
tell the truth, but me,
But if,
I'm the type of person.
I'm
I'm
a
not gonna
private
bring
person.
you. Yeah, well, no, that's not it.
Mm.
I don't bring everybody around my family. You're not.
Right,
To
right.
me,
Which is why-
everyone is not privileged enough to be around my family yet
Which is
until
why I
we
went
get
back
serious.
to what he said when he asked that question. It'll come on its own.
Right, exactly.
That's why I
But
said
you
that.
said 3 months. I'm like, in 3
I put a
months, you
time-
still
I
ain't
said
gonna see
if.
my family.
I said if.
If there was a
You
time.
got
period.
6 months.
Mhm.
Because by 6 months, you're gonna show. Like Cedric used to say, your representative will show up in the beginning, but the real you will show up within 6 months. So after 6 months,
Right.
then the real you shows up. Then I can determine whether you're gonna meet my family. Now, in the beginning, you might meet my friends.
Mhm.
You might meet people that's
But-
important to me, but not my family.
But y'all gotta
My mom
realize,
and my daddy ain't
Professor,
happening.
y'all gotta realize.
My
okay,
kids, no.
Okay, to Professor's defense,
Mhm.
Professor was a player.
Oh,
So
my
things happen
God.
in a quick period of time for Professor. And
That's
he,
back in the 90s.
and he put that out there. He was a player. So it's not like nothing we don't know.
True player for real.
Right. He from the SOC,
Well, like,
School of Chemistry.
Oh, Lord,
Let's see. What's up, Preach?
With my family, it was 8 boys in my family, okay? So my mom was very strict about what ladies we brought home.
Mm-hmm.
So we just couldn't parade folks.
Mm-hmm.
But here,
I told my
brother
boys
and I,
that.
We had a thing. We had to let somebody in amongst the brothers to let you know who we were seeing. Just in case something went down,
Mm-hmm.
somebody knew where to go find you.
Wait. AD, who was the player? You or Andre?
So what now?
Who was the player? You or Andre?
Me.
I thought it was Andre. I thought Andre was more the player.
Oh, player.
Yeah.
No, that's Michael.
Oh, well, yeah, well, okay.
Oh.
Oh, y'all let the little brother run everything, huh?
I don't say who's the fool before. No, that was Big Shelly's buddy. but
Shelly's homie, huh?
you know, but my thing is, I didn't bring a woman to my house real quick. And now, if we feel each other real strong within that first month, yeah, you gonna meet somebody.
Right.
Yeah, my sister or something like that.
Yeah. But you're not gonna meet my mama.
You know,
But see,
You're not gonna meet my daddy.
but see, the point of me saying that was, if I don't even see or speak to a brother, sister, uncle, mama, daddy, cousin, and I put 3 months, I got a timetable in my head,
90-day
but I'm
rule.
not letting you know that I
You
have
got
one.
that timetable.
And I don't see anyone, then I'm gonna begin to think, okay, you know,
What's wrong
something's
with you?
not what's wrong, but where you from, you know, how's where your mom and dad live. I'm gonna start
Is he or
asking
she?
probing, clarifying questions, just see what the response will be.
Right.
Because we all know family, especially if that
That
family
is
cares
important.
about you. Ooh, I like Shelly. And if mom and daddy know that you're a transvestite, a transgender, and they like you, something's gonna come
The
out.
conscience is gonna be there.
Something's gonna
Do
hit
they
somewhere.
know that you transgender?
I'm sorry.
Whatever?
I'm sorry. Within a week or two, if y'all are having serious conversations, you gonna figure it out.
But
you
that's
don't,
what I'm
and if
saying.
you
This
don't-
is up on the premise. I haven't slept with that person.
No. It's not even sleeping.
Okay,
Here's my
okay,
thing.
okay,
Here's
I'm
my
just
thing.
making
Instead of talking about rubbing up on folks.
No. I'm talking about no.
there you go again.
Nobody's lying. Hey.
Boy,
No, I'm saying within a week or two. There you go.
Don't get him started. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
Please.
Anyway, what I'm saying is right here. My thing is just right here. Within a week or two, I knew if he was good or not good. It didn't take me long because my conversations, all my conversations had something to do with who you are, and in what your future entailed, and where you were going, and it all talked about who you are. And I'm a listener. I pay attention to what someone says. So within a week or two, I'm gonna figure it out. Without rubbing on you, I'm gonna figure this stuff out. And so it didn't take me long. My relationship when I was in high school, I had my relationship lasted maybe a week or two. It didn't last long at all because I just knew, okay, this ain't happening. Because my mindset knew I was working for the future, and if you weren't gonna be a part of that, so within a week or two, you know, if we wasn't vibing, I figure something out. I ain't gotta ask for your birth certificate or your date of birth, nothing like that. I just knew it wasn't happening. And if you start talking man conversation that men know, then definitely no. Because I understand, okay, you know what, I need to check for the Adam's apple or something like that. Because you know, is the hair real? Do I need to pull it off? No, and I don't like wigs either. I'm not a wig type of guy.
No, you don't.
No, I like long hair. So I'm gonna feel what the hell? That's a track. Where's the real? I can't deal with that. So there's certain things that I do that.
But the substitute made a good point too. Also, if a person have experienced something in life, you go and ask certain questions to be safe.
Yeah, and if they ask me the question,
like what Shelly said, they give you one look and then behind closed doors you see the real them. Everything start popping out and popping off and coming loose.
that was I'm gonna get you sucker.
That's it. I'm gonna get you sucker. Oh my goodness. That movie was funny.
When she start pulling things out,
Yeah, she started taking off a wig, her arm, her eyeballs, her legs. I was like, what is happening here?
But if you're only the people that get food are those that are not in tune who they're trying to deal with. Those are the ones that get into because even as I always say the word representative, okay, even if the representative comes, so now I use the word representative. Let me explain that to you. You know, when you're dating, are you dating the representative or the real person? Most times, when you meet somebody, that's their sales rep, unless they're just genuinely real. Most times, that's their sales rep. And that sales rep will sell you, just like you have a sales rep, will sell you a bill of goods. They may be good goods or bad goods, but they'll sell you a bill of goods. This is who I am. I'm this and then I'm SWAT, this and that, A, B, C. We're going to go out, we're going to eat on the steak side of the menu, and you got to do nothing, that's the sales rep, okay? So then once you get past the sales rep, now the question is, how long will it take you to get past the sales rep? Then once you get past sales rep, you're going to see the real person. Okay, if you're in tune with that person, you'll understand that's the sales rep. And I need to understand, because so I always say this for her, I want to see the ugly in you. Because if I can deal with the ugly in you, the good, not the good or the bad, I want to see the ugly. I want to see the downright nasty ugly. Because if I can deal with that downright nasty ugly in you, everything else is gravy. Everything else is smooth selling. But I gotta see that downright nasty ugly. So if the downright nasty ugly is transgender, I can't deal with it. I need to see that so I know I can deal with it. But I'm gonna get that in the first 2 weeks. I ain't gonna wait.
You saw the downright nasty ugly in me.
That nasty, so nasty.
I'm just wondering. Get on off from over here, boy. Cut it out.
Wait, we on radio. Hold on.
Yeah, remember that.
Wait.
Turn off the lights.
Okay. So Louis, were you finished? Were you around and you finished out what you were saying?
I was gonna say with me,
Such a big kid.
kind of putting the question in perspective with me, I would have done it my way. Might be a little bit too rough here, but
Grab a pen, Pete. Tell the truth. What the hell is this? This is it.
to be truthful, if I like what I see, and we get to a point to where I see intimacy coming, before we even go to that point, I'm just gonna be bold to that person, and I'll be like, even though I haven't experienced this before, I've seen this happen to other people before. So if you're comfortable with me, I would like to see you naked.
Q-tip, take a swab. Let's go check this out.
Instead of asking for a birth certificate, which I'm not gonna lie, half of us probably don't even know where it says. It's in the house, but it's hidden in a bunch of in a special place somewhere. I'm just gonna make it cut it short and sweet and straight to the point. And if you ask me why, one thing I'm looking for is cuts, surgery cuts around.
Oh my God.
And I would look.
Louis coming down like that.
Tummy tuck.
Move that piece of hair to the
I know
side.
the difference. I have.
You know the difference between a tummy tuck and
Yes.
a tuck.
Yes. Yes. Especially if I'm dating a person that has not had any children.
Oh yeah.
If you had any children,
got
I'm
a little
good.
pooch.
But if you have not had any children, and I see this female and she's kind of growing a beard up under here a little bit, which I've seen before, and you have hair on your back, like I've seen before.
Oh
Be
my
like the
God.
animal.
You've seen it before?
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In my lifetime, I have.
Hold on.
Wow.
You
You ran into a tranny before?
Hold on.
He's talking.
Oh.
Before we get with a girl, do we really ask her for identity? We get with her before we even think about anything like that.
Oh my gosh.
But see, preacher.
You gonna lay her down and bring her in? Oh,
Can I get along?
Oh my goodness.
here's what I got. What you got? Bring her in.
Oh my
But see,
goodness.
Preacher.
Everybody gets along. I think I got one.
Well, see,
Okay, so tell us about this experience you had.
I won't go into that.
Oh man, come on.
Preacher all preachers got stories.
I'm talking about Louis.
I'm
Louis
saying,
said he has experienced it
I'm
before.
saying,
Hair down the back, up under the chin.
I'm saying in my lifetime, since I got my virginity broke at 17, I've dated some women who was a little
Real manly.
yes, but they were actual women.
Really?
Yes, it's
so
just-
you've never
it's just-
experienced a man that looked like a woman. I thought that's what you were saying. And I
No,
was
no, no,
like,
no,
oh.
no. The other way around. A woman that has
That look like a man.
masculine
manly.
features. The
That's
hair
what
here,
makes
the hair
Oh.
here, on the back, real hairy down here.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I
Zach, where she
seen that.
used-
but you
Yo,
had to
shaver.
question whether she was a woman or a man because of all of that.
No,
Well,
he didn't. He wasn't. He was back in his young days. So he
This is
wasn't
back
thinking
in the
about it.
'90s,
Yeah, so he wasn't thinking about all that. He was like
right after I graduated, 95, 96.
So you saw a woman with a mustache and a beard, and you didn't question
Well,
it.
okay, hear me out.
Real thin.
Not like
Real
this,
thin.
but if you get close enough to that woman, you can see it's very light. It's
Oh.
very light, and right up under here, you can tell it's shaded. Right up under here.
Wait,
I see the tail.
Wait. We got
another caller.
We got another caller. Hold on one
patch
second.
him in. Who is this?
We got it. Okay.
Who is this?
All right, we got it on air. We go with. Hello.
Where's my professor at?
Oh, is this Coach Feimster?
Oh, we're still on the what you call it?
Okay.
It's past 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's 8:58.
No,
Oh, it is 9 o'clock.
It's
My
past
clock
9
here is
o'clock.
wrong.
He is
You're
on
right.
time.
He is on
You are
time.
right.
Here's what we gonna do. We gotta go to quick break. When we come back, we gotta get to this entertainment hour.
You got a what?
We not entertainment. We gotta do the
Sports.
sports hour. Yeah.
Okay, so we're finished with the entertainment.
Easy.
Sorry, preach. Gotta cut you off. It's time
Yeah, we
for the
gotta cut the
sports.
preach off. Okay, so hang on
We're
with
going
us.
straight
Okay.
in.
His name is Daniel.
Daniel, hang on. Daniel, you still there?
I am.
All right, hang on with us. We're gonna go to a quick break. When we come back, we gotta get into the sports hour. When we come back, we're gonna talk about two things. What is your biggest predicament? Give me your boldest predicament for this season.
Prediction.
Prediction.
Okay.
Prediction doesn't matter. It's be bold with it, okay?
Okay.
It may not never happen, but be bold with it, okay?
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be about the Cowboys. It could be about a player. It could be about the team. It could be about the national anthem is gonna keep it going. Bold predictions.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
When we come back, this has been 4-1 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. And my goodness gracious, the power hour has always been good, huh? Goodness gracious. All right, we'll be right back.
Let's go.
All right. We're back. 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. I am the bench warmer. Man, that last segment was like, we
Might do to be continued.
yeah,
with that.
because
Yeah.
you hadn't finished your
No,
point, did you?
No, I didn't. But it was 9 o'clock.
It was 9 o'clock. We got to go to it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So again, rehashing the highlights of tonight. We'll be broadcasting live at the Brick House Lounge starting Tuesday, the 3rd.
Is that the
September 3rd.
September 3rd. Okay.
That's our new home for Sports Talk Radio, ForumRadioNetwork.com. And then Mahogany, we got Jazz Fusion.
Jazz Fusion.
with Mahogany. Jazz Fusion 411 Mahogany starts tomorrow. So listen in tomorrow night from 7 to 9. She's going to bring it.
All right.
All right. So we got
Daniel.
We got Daniel online. Daniel wants to talk about some Dallas Wings. He's kind of in a conundrum.
Yes.
With the Fred Williams firing.
Yes, and by the way, Daniel is a season ticket holder. So he has been practically to all of the home games. So he has seen it all. So without further ado, I'm gonna call him Coach Feimster, because he is a coach. And I would like for you, Daniel, to give your quick thoughts on the firing of Coach Williams. Was it warranted? Why not?
Welcome, Daniel.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you a quick rundown on that. Was it warranted? Yes, it was.
Okay.
Why was it warranted? In my opinion, if you look at the team now
Mm-hmm.
versus where they were when they won their spot, or even at the beginning of the season,
Right.
the entire mindset has changed. You've got to be able to touch them out of that.
Yeah.
And if you can't touch them out of that, and they're not going to respond to you to touch them out of that, it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's a mindset thing. These girls are hugely talented.
Exactly.
And for some reason, they stopped responding. But then they stopped responding to coaching. They stopped responding to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to be able to cut them out of it. You can't get somebody else.
So,
I like Fred.
so Daniel, let me ask you this question. You talk about them stop responding to each other. I mean, I remember watching games where they really didn't. I mean, we can go back to when Odyssey Sims was here. Okay, that team really didn't respond to each other. It's almost like they don't play within a team. As talented as they are, it seems like they don't actually play within a team, and they don't really respond to each other within a team until things are on the upswing. But when it's on the downswing, it's like they've never really responded to each other to bond. Have you seen that, or what do you look at?
I have to agree with some of that. We brought in some really talented players. Yes, we brought in leadership players. Brought in Taylor George. We brought in Romero. We've had Kalima Dickinson. We've had several things happen. But if you look at whenever they were on their hot streak, when you look at the beginning of the season, and you look at the numbers, if you go strictly by the numbers from that position, and you look at every box from when we were on our hot streak all the way to the beginning of the season,
Mm-hmm.
every time we've done well, everything has been very balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Liz gets 18, 20 points. Dallas gets 18, 20 points. Taylor, Thornton gets 6 to 10. But all three of them getting rebounds, getting steals, getting the offensive board.
Right.
Just doing the little things, and they work so well together. And for some reason, they have stopped.
And
And so it's not that not they can't play, it's not they forgot how to play, or anything else. They have stopped working together as a unit. And you have to be able to do that. I go back to several days ago when I want to say it was the Sun, maybe the Misfits, maybe Chicago, I can't remember. The Dr. Williams said something during a timeout and said, we are not playing the defense that we worked on in practice as a team. We are doing our own thing. And it's killing us. And they're continuing to do that. We're throwing the 3 ball. Like we're going to take away the 3-point line tomorrow. It seems like we have this mindset of jack up a 3, jack up a 3, jack up a 3. Yes, we have great 3 points. But it's almost like we're trying to run it up, trying to get 30 points ahead in the first quarter instead of playing good team basketball.
So Daniel, when you were discussing a few days ago, one point you made to me was one of the reasons why you felt that the Wings have came out as flat as they have. You mentioned that this team really wasn't the same since Ariel Powers was traded. Can you give your thoughts on, from that perspective, and why you felt that Powers should have stayed with the Wings, or can you just kind of expound on that?
In the way I look at it with the Ariel Powers trade, and even before that, if you were with 4 games before you were traded, he didn't move from the bench, didn't go on the floor. And for everybody that watches the Saints intently or sees them pick up, we all do. Something's up. You know, if you've got into the coaches, but there's nothing to do something. Okay? Now, trading Ariel Powers, you know, I talked with her father, who sat next to me one day, and he felt like she was doing very well. I felt like she was doing very well. I think Ariel Powers could really go start for his team in the league. She really could. Yeah, but there's been a lot of talented in the league. So she's going to have some competition there. But it seems like that when we got great paper, everybody knew it. Everybody was doing that. So everybody was walking on edge there. And the trade to Germany. And Ariel leaving, I heard us a lot just because of her emotion and her intensity. That was electrifying to the team. Right. Yeah, you got 3 to play ball. I love it. And Professor, you know, she is very important in my family. But, you know, and Teresa will high five me. Good job. And, oh, let's go. Let's get into it. But Ariel Powers brought a level of emotion that I haven't seen in a game since Teresa Livingston played at New York Liberty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think that emotion, that intensity, that sense of urgency has gone. I mean, Alicia Gray, I love her to death. She can play ball, but you can't tell from one minute to the next if she's in a good mood, if she's not in a good mood, is she ready to play, is she not ready to play. There's got to be somebody that step up and light these girls up and get these girls into the game.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue this conversation because I think this is gonna be pretty hot for the next couple of weeks. Because what we want to do is I'm going to call Coach and see if we can get him on the show and see if we can't get him to talk about everything that's going on, everything that's happened. Just candid one-on-one. I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if we just can't talk. But since we have you on, Daniel, I want to move into our next topic, which is the NFL.
Okay.
And we talked about when we first got on is
some breakout seasons, and they could be outlandish, they could be outrageous. Some of the things that you think may happen this year, you know, and it doesn't mean just the Cowboys. It could be anything in the NFL. As far as what you think is going to be a bold prediction. This is what I'm calling it. This is our bold predictions because bold predictions because at the end of the day, when we get into the NFL season, we're going to bring back 4 quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have our pick segment, which I need to send you. And Daniel, I need you to get your email address so I can send you where you can go to do your picks, your weekly picks. Because this year we're giving away $50. So you do your you do your picks. I need to get your information so we can give away $50. And I need to get your email address substitute so we can get yours. But I want bold predictions, and I'm going to start with our guest, Daniel. Give me a bold prediction. If you don't have one, we can move on and come back to you. But if you got a serious bold prediction, and you got to have some backup with that bold prediction, just don't give me one and say just keep it moving. Give me a bold prediction for this year.
I see Dallas, honest to God, in the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
I don't see them in the Super Bowl. I see them if they play like they know how to play. If they listen and feel like they know how to play, and in fact everybody working together, I see them getting to the Super Bowl. I don't see them winning it. I think they'll choke, but I see it there. I see a very easy path to get there, but they don't have to out hustle. They don't outplay it. They don't have to outplay it.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Since you see that, I mean, wouldn't Philadelphia have something to say about that?
With who?
Wouldn't Philadelphia have something
Nice
to say about
response.
that?
Cool.
I think Philadelphia has something to say about that. And I think Philadelphia should have something to say about that. And I think if anybody's going to take them out, it's going to be Philadelphia. They'll take the Cowboys out. But, to me, the Cowboys are a much more physical team and a much stronger team. And they'll be physical. They'll play hard. 4 quarters. If everything they got for anything on the front line, they can take Philadelphia.
All
They
right.
got to think, and they got fun.
All right. I want to say my comment on that one as far as the Cowboys to last, because I want to talk about this preseason game too. But let's go through bold predictions again. Who else do I want to go to? Shelly. Security. Give me a bold prediction.
Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, is going to have a great year.
Oh God.
MVP great.
No, I don't think MVP great, but I think that he's going to have a great year this year.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins. Okay, why do you say that?
It's his time.
Okay.
So you're saying that what he did in Washington is gonna what he does in Minnesota is gonna eclipse what he did in Washington.
Yes.
That's not bad at all.
that might be easy though.
No, but it's a bold
It's
prediction.
a bold prediction.
It's
Okay.
like you said,
Have a breakout, a great year. Huh?
A breakout year.
A breakout year. Okay. All right. Let's go with a substitute.
I went back and forth. I wanted to involve Baker Mayfield in some way. I
Almost did
couldn't do it.
Oh, you faint, huh?
Couldn't do it.
I almost did it.
I'm gonna go Zeke Elliott breaks the single season rushing record.
Wow.
Oh, whoa, that's
All
21.
right.
That's 2106, isn't it?
Yes. That's
I'm gonna go
Eric
with that.
Dickerson's record.
Wow.
In
And
83.
you know, I believe that because they're gonna run the ball a lot. They have the first or second best O line in the NFL, and I think Dak's gonna pass the ball a little better than people think, and is gonna back some defenses up a little bit, and those lanes are gonna open up for Zeke, and we're gonna feed the beast.
Eat the beast. Huh?
I gotta say something here. I agree with Professor on that deal. I think this could be Zeke's breakout season.
Yeah, you can't give Professor the credit for my conversation.
Hold up, Daniel, hold up. We gotta back you up for a second. That wasn't Professor's. That was substitute. And substitute take issue with you giving Professor his comment.
Well, I still think Pittsburgh going for a rushing record this season.
So I'm
That's a bold prediction.
2106 is the record.
Right.
So you think he's gonna have 2107 or more?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, I can see that because had he stayed, had he rushed for these 6 games that he
Last
missed,
year?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
he'd had almost 1,700 yards rushing.
Let's think about that 13-3 season. Remember, they had locked everything up.
Yeah, they did. So
So,
they really didn't.
Last few games, he really wasn't.
Okay, that's bold. That's bold. All right, Professor.
My bold prediction would be the Dallas Mavericks will make the 7th seed
Whoa.
next year.
No, this is all about NFL.
No, you said it could be about anything.
No,
Cowboys-
he said NFL. In the
Oh,
NFL.
He said NFL.
NFL.
Just
Yeah.
the NFL?
NFL bowl
You
predictions.
can't be jumping the gun.
Okay.
You can't be going to October. We ain't got September yet.
I'm thinking we're talking
We're
about
in November.
the way you said. You was like it could
No,
be. It don't have to be the Cowboys.
It doesn't have to be the Cowboys, but it's got to be the NFL.
It's got to be the NFL.
Yeah, you can't be
Okay.
going to November. We ain't even got the first game. Come on now, they ain't got the training camp. They still trying to figure out if LeBron got a jersey or not.
My bold prediction will be
Although he did look good in
the-
that Lakers jersey.
my bold prediction will be the Cleveland Browns have 9 games and 7 losses this season.
Ooh, Cleveland will win 9-7.
They will
Cleveland
go from 0-16 to 9-7.
Ooh.
One of the biggest turnarounds in NFL history.
Oh, they won 1 game last year.
They went 0-16 last year.
They went okay.
They didn't win any
So
games.
they gonna go from 0-16 to
9-7.
Ooh.
I think when you hire
Wow. Baker Mayfield.
no,
Tyrod Taylor.
no, the GM of the Chiefs, John Dorsey.
Yo,
When you hired him, who came from an organization that is used to winning, and you put him in a place to where he run the show, you brought in Ty Haley from the Steelers
Right.
to call offense.
Right. Well, this is good. This is a good
You
hire.
draft Baker Mayfield.
It's a good
You
draft.
still got Josh Gordon. You brought in Jarvis Landry. You brought in Carlos Hyde. You adding all these pieces offensively for your unit. Not to mention Tyrod Taylor,
Right.
who looked awesome in the preseason.
Who looked better, Tyrod Taylor or Baker Mayfield?
Woo!
First preseason game.
You know,
Tyrod looked better. He went with the ones.
That's all, but I don't think it's too bad. The way he explained it, I could see it.
Yeah, the way it explains it, yeah, and it was playing a last place schedule.
How many years have they been playing the last place schedule and they still couldn't win?
But they had been losing by like 1 or 2 points. They hadn't been blown out. The Browns have not been blown out. They just been losing by 1 or 2 points. Even when they played Cowboys, they barely lost that game.
The Browns are in a tough division, though.
They are in a tough division. I'll give you that.
I think that they will win 9. They will be over 500 for the first time in eons.
I'll give you
I
that.
won't say they make the playoffs, but I think they will have a.
I don't know.
They will improve
AFC 9-7 might make the playoffs.
in the AFC.
Yeah, 9-7 might make the playoffs.
It might.
I can see that.
It was wild carded, but it could do it.
Now let me ask you a question. Speaking of AFC, and speaking of the Browns, you know Hugh Jackson, and we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Punished a player who's going to wind up getting Callaway. Who's going to wind up being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think about that move? Is that okay? That you stay on the field, you play 54 times. I mean, at 64 snaps, you play 53 snaps.
So you talking about Jackson wanting to punish Callaway for what Callaway didn't do, which is
Off field.
report. Well, it wasn't the fact that he got pulled over for possession of marijuana. He didn't tell his coach.
Right.
His coach had to find out before he told him.
And that was an off-field offense.
Right. So with that being said, with the way that Hugh Jackson punished him, I didn't see anything wrong with it because I'm looking at it from the perspective of opportunity. you give yourself an opportunity to see where you can showcase in the entire game. But at the same time, when you tap your head that I'm tired and he's leaving the game, I look at it as make the best use of it while you're still on the field, because remember, you're fighting for your job. It's plenty of other guys that are trying to take your place anyway.
The question is, does he have a job with that marijuana thing going on?
Well, I don't. That's a good question. I
See, I think
too, you don't have to look at it. Number one, yes, he had the opportunity to speak up to his coach, and number two, you've got to speak up. You've got to think that at this point. The professional athlete. These guys don't go to the bathroom without being caught on social media or anything else.
Right,
so
selfies going on.
Stop saying you're going to keep that. I don't think you're going to keep that quiet.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that to me, I would have had something that had been done with me. Because they know I've got to find out from media or somebody making a phone call and
yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is this right here. All these suspensions that are handed down from the NFL, and I'm coming to myself, but all these suspensions and everything handed down. I mean, you got rooting for. You got so many players that's doing so many things. They're not getting the hammer handed down like Zeke got the hammer. Why is that?
Because Roger Goodell has beef with
Jerry.
our owner.
And that's all it is, huh?
I think it's that, and I think it's he wanted to make him an example after the Ray Rice incident.
But make him an example. But if you're gonna make him the example, then do the same thing to him. If you're gonna start with him, do it everything else down. They didn't make him an example. I think you said it right.
It definitely had to do with that.
There's a beat because there's not an example. If you're gonna make that an example, that means whatever happened to Zeke is gonna happen to everybody else. It's not happening to everybody else.
That's exactly right. If you're gonna make an example out of somebody, it's gotta be for everybody
across the board.
And it's not. It's not. Zeke was not guilty. The officer said no, but then you got players that are guilty that's getting 4 games and 2 games. Shoot, Jameis Winston got 3 games.
It went from 4. He negotiated and got it down to 3.
To 3 games, and they was like, and he actually said, "I did it."
Growth the Uber driver.
Exactly.
Right.
Zeke said, "I didn't do it." There's no
problem. And to me, you kind of get to the criminal justice system a little bit. On some of that, but even with the criminal justice, you're innocent. You know, and you gotta be proven that you did something wrong.
Right.
It's proven, suspend them, tell them, whatever. But until it's proven, I don't think, I may say, we say this is for, an start or something, or we're not going to play unless we have to until we figure this thing out. But if you don't just straight up, you're gone or anything else, because at that point it's just allegation.
Right. And my question, I'm with you, Dan. My question is, Daniel, I'm with you. My question is, it's never been proven. You still get suspended, but then you got these other guys who's been proven, and their suspension not as great as yours.
And I don't agree with that. I think the league and everybody else screwed up with that. It should not matter what your name is, or what the team you play for is, or what your salary is. You are still a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
A hitter is no better than a safety. It's no better than a quarterback. It's no better than a point guard. It's no better than a first base. You're a professional athlete. They have to have a set of standards for everyone.
Right.
And stick to that. Doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're Kobe Bryant or you were Christian Laettner.
Whoa!
You guys are on opposite end of the spectrum. They're on opposite end of the spectrum.
You could have said a Kobe Bryant or Michael Williams or a Kobe Bryant or a LeBron, or you said Christian Laettner. Everybody hates Christian. You didn't know that?
It's not the league's job. It's not the league's job to decide who we should hate and who we should punish and who we should.
Okay, what if it was Bill
something
Lambert?
wrong, and Christian Leonard did the same thing, you got to punish them both equally, or how does that work?
You have to. What if it was Robert Parrish?
Stone face.
Yeah. Stoneface.
The chief.
Robert Parrish, old Boston's. He was the center,
Celtics.
the center for
Celtics,
the Boston Celtics, number 00.
I know who he is.
Oh, okay.
My ball there? Well,
He had no
it's
emotion.
not like I thought on Bill, not like I thought on Bill Lambert.
Oh.
They
No.
was both buck players who got treated completely different.
Yeah, they did.
No
They did.
matter what they did. No matter what they did, or who they did it to, or what game it was, or what party it was, it's two different people who get treated completely different
Okay, I'll give you one.
and do the same job.
I'll give you one. Kurt Rambis or Bill Lambert.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, I love Kurt Rambis.
I was gonna say Rambis.
Love Kurt
The
Rambis.
the dirty factor and everything else.
See, everybody's hard on Bill Lambert because he played for them Dirty Boys in Detroit. Kurt Rambis could do no wrong because he played for LA.
He didn't do wrong.
Yeah, he did do a lot of
And,
wrong.
and you're exactly right. Kurt Rambis, because he was part of the Showtime Lakers.
Exactly. He couldn't do no wrong, but he did a lot of wrong.
Could do nothing. Bill Lambert was on the path.
He was Bad Boys, and he did everything wrong.
Now, to be honest with you, I never liked Bill Lambert really as a player. When I played, I have to say, I fastered my game kind of after Karl Malone and Bill Lambert. I was rough down low. I was mean to you down low. I did not mind running into you, knocking you over or anything else. I don't agree with doing it dirty. I agree with doing it legal. But I agree with being very, very aggressive. You have to be.
But in today, you'd been
But
kicked
Bill
out.
Lambert was part of the bad boys.
Yeah.
I never liked him, but I have to stick up for him on that.
In today's age, you've been kicked out. You couldn't play in this league today because they all pansies.
Oh, good grief almighty. If Bill Lambert played in the league,
He got fined the first game. He got fined the first game, kicked out the rest of the season.
would never
Oh,
see
I'd like
the
to see
court.
him as Isaac Pachulia go with it.
For just the first 5 minutes he got on the court, he'd be ejected. He'd suspended for a couple of games. He'd get back on the court for 5 years,
Jeez.
ejected. Suspended for a couple of games.
Okay, I got one
That's
for
the
you.
reason I'm not an attorney, because if I was an attorney, I'd spend my entire adult life in jail for contempt of court.
Okay, I got one for you, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject. Dennis Rodman or anybody
I love Rodman.
Dennis Rodman
versus
did
anybody.
shoot himself. Period. Dennis Rodman proved that attention to himself. I just wanted.
I'm just talking about. I'm talking about on the court Dennis Rodman. I want on the court Bulls Dennis Rodman or Detroit Dennis Rodman.
I love Dennis Rodman.
I don't think I really truly don't think Rodman was dirt. I think Rodman played aggressively. I think Rodman was rough.
But he was mental.
Yes.
Mental.
The Rodman, and if you watch the bad boy special that's still on ESPN, and watch what Rodman was saying, one of his best attributes was getting inside your head.
Exactly. He had Karl Malone twisted so many ways.
Barkley.
Charles Barkley. He had everybody twisted so many ways that it wasn't even funny.
Yeah. I mean, he was rough. He would talk to him. He was super aggressive. There was still some stuff got up through there. But all the full scheme of things, he just got in your head and locked it.
He did. Okay, so let me get to my this
Your
is my
bold
bold
prediction.
prediction.
Okay, what's your bold prediction?
My bold prediction is this right here. Saquon Barkley will not be the running back y'all think he's gonna be.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
What
That's-
are you saying?
Saquon Barkley will not be the running back you think he's gonna be.
Okay, explain.
All right, let me give you my
Please.
explanation. Okay, so Saquon Barkley's his debut, he had 4 rushes for 43 yards.
Right.
Okay, he had 1 rush for 39 yards. That 1 rush looked real good. They ran him on the same play and he couldn't get out the backfield. Okay, hold on. Let me finish. They ran him on 2 other plays, so he had a loss in one thing. You know, so he had one play that looked good, and then the other plays that was kind of ticky tack. Okay, let's go Bo Scarborough. He had one run that looked just like a Saquon Barkley, but he broke tackles and kept moving. All right, he had like 35 yards in that one run. Okay, they're painting Saquon Barkley as he's going to be the savior of the running backs, and I don't think he is. I mean, number one, the Giants' offensive line is not that good.
Nope.
It is not that good at all. And then you couple that with Eli Manning, which Eli Manning is going to show up on that particular afternoon. We have no idea.
Well, he's trash at this stage of his career.
Yeah, so I don't think Saquon Barkley is not. Yeah, I think he believes his own hype, and that's what's going to hinder his career. As far as being the player, I'm just talking about this year. Now next year they may figure it out, but they need another they need another quarterback because if Webb is their backup, oh my God!
Did you see that preseason?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm jump in here on this one because there's part of it I agree with it, but at the same time, it's just the same thing I've said about the Cowboys the last 10 years. Okay, Romo was not a bad quarterback, guys. Romo had a crappy offensive line.
Exactly.
If you have a good offensive line, Barkley can take off. You got to have the holes created for you before you can go anywhere.
Yeah, but if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
But time as the running back, though, the running back's got to be able to see where the opportunities are at the same time. I mean, you can only get hit so many times on the back play before you look at it and go, okay, guys, let's not run that play. It's because obviously it's not working.
And you make my point though, because they ran the first play they ran with Saquon. They had everything, and Saquon saw the holes, and he had good footwork and everything. Number one, his speed to the outside wasn't what we thought it was, because he should have ran past that outside, but he didn't. That's number one. They ran the same play. He didn't see good, and I go back to Ezekiel Elliott's first couple of runs when he was against Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, if you look at it, he has great vision. Great vision will make a great running back. Ezekiel Elliott has that vision.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley does not have that vision because they ran the same play, the exact same play with him again, and he didn't see the lanes. So he couldn't get to the outside. They ran one play with him where he's supposed to cut it to the outside. He couldn't get to the outside because he had the speed to get to the outside because the defense. Now we're talking about preseason when they don't game plan. Let's get him in a defense that game plans. Okay, they're running Saquon. I can see the defense. This is what they're running. Let's get to that type of plan where they're game planning against him, because the Giants don't have anything that you can game plan against. I mean, yeah, you got Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, but okay, but if the offensive line is not performing, Eli Manning can't get the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. And we know the offensive line is not going to perform because the Giants really didn't draft for offensive linemen. I'm saying Saquon Barkley is not going to be that running back that you expect him to be this coming season. Now he might get it once the Giants put more things around him, but he's not going to be it this year.
Wow. I think they drafted Saquon Barkley for that reason, because they don't have a great offensive line. The ability to make people miss.
If you look at him at Smith, remember this guy, that man could read a defense like nobody's did. He could see the field. He knew where which hole he was supposed to go into. Okay, which hole was supposed to stay for him. And then he knew where the secondary was, what safeties were. And he knew how to play those guys because he saw it. He learned the entire field. You've got Barkley's job to do that. And the offensive line has at least got to get into the secondary because the third running back just get in at the very least until they're in the second.
Yeah, the beauty of a running back is, number one, you deal with your offensive line, so you get to that second level. At that second level, that's when you become a running back. And once you get to that second level, can you maneuver and manipulate that second level? So you're going to have a linebacker coming in, and you're gonna have a safety coming up, okay, and if you can maneuver and get to and maneuver out of the second level, what I saw with Saquon Barkley is that first run he got there, all right, he got there because he viewed the holes. The third, fourth, and fifth, I mean the second, the third, and fourth runs, he couldn't get past that second level, and half of it was because of the offensive line, half of it was because of him because he didn't see it. And you got to start looking at, can I see what I got? I'll give you, shoot, Bo Scarborough had a better first opening preseason game than Saquon Barkley.
But Bo Scarborough had
Has
more
a better-
opportunities.
Well, has a better line.
He has
a better line.
No, I say that, but guess what? He was playing, his line was the second and third team line.
So
If the
he's
second and
playing
third
second
team,
and third team defenses.
if the second and third team line is better than the first team line of the Giants, and at one play that he broke to the outside, he got hit in the back. He got hit on the line of scrimmage because he was stronger. I didn't see Saquon take a hit and keep it moving. Take a hit, like I saw one run where Ezekiel Elliott against it wasn't in the preseason, it was in the regular season against Seattle. He took a hit in the backfield, okay, and wound up getting 7 yards. The hit was still on him. He wound up getting 7 yards after that hit.
Well, Barkley doesn't have Zeke's power. He's the Giants drafted him to be like Barry Sanders. Help my offensive line.
He's not
make
a Barry
guy
Sanders.
miss, make a jump stop, do this, do that, get to the outside and gain some yards. You said 4 yards. He only had 39 yards. That's a good average. You're not going to go for 10, 15 yards on
That
that
is,
play.
but how often
It's
can
about
you,
making a play.
But how often can you do that?
I mean, we need to do it twice.
It was so 4 and 4. That's 80 yards, and the rest of it you're gonna get like.
Hey,
So you're gonna average your career.
They drafted him to be a home run hitter. When they do make that block, they need to make.
And he can't. And I saw that he couldn't because once he bounced to the outside, man, you should be gone.
Too early to say you can't.
I was getting ready to say,
You know, at the same time, you've got to look at a valid point being how much the rules have changed. Okay, as a running back, to be able to, you've got a linebacker in front or can't really forward where, used to, you lowered your head, you lowered your shoulder, and you went down.
Right.
You hit that ball, and dog did that, and you try to keep on up, you took that contact, or you did that contact, and you kept on going. They did that, they're out of your room.
And then we need
They
to
can't be real running back.
give Cleveland's defense some credit. That defense looked good.
Well, Cleveland's defense has always been pretty good.
I was real impressed the way they were running from side to side.
But Cleveland's defense is not the end-all, be-all defense.
no, it's not, but they are solid.
They're going to be top.
That's
They
the
look
one
like the
constant
top
about
10
the
defense.
That's the one constant about the Browns the last 3 or 4 seasons. Their defense has been in
All
the
right,
middle and either 15th, 14th, 13th, 18th in the NFL. They've always been solid.
Which gets us to our segue. Take us to Philadelphia's defense against Saquon. It's a done deal. I mean, I ain't gonna say Washington. Now we go there.
But see, I'm kind of with the substitute. To me, this was just one preseason game.
It
This
is.
is his fresh start.
It
His
is.
first time with smelling the NFL field.
So would you?
We're bashing him because he didn't do well on his other 3 runs.
No. My bash.
It's too early.
My bad bash is right here. Is I looked at when the NFL Network had top 15 plays of the preseason. Right? They had top 15 plays. They got Saquon one play at number 7.
It is what it is.
No, I saw so many greater plays than that. I mean, better plays than that. But because of Saquon, Bo Scarborough had a better play than Saquon.
But see, let me say this.
So why is his the top 15?
But see, we had the same argument with Melvin Gordon. You said in his rookie year
And
he
I
was
was
not
right.
doing
Was
well.
not.
But what happened? What happened after that?
I was talking about just the rookie year. Was not right about
But what happened after
No.
that?
I wasn't talking about after that. I said he lost his confidence, and I said he's not going to be the running back he was supposed to be in his rookie year. Was that not right?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I'm saying the same thing with Saquon.
See, Saquon has to just.
But you just said he won't be the running back.
No. I said
expect him to be.
I'm saying
Is this overall just his rookie year?
this rookie year.
Just this year.
Okay, hold on. Honestly, I think I can settle this here.
Okay.
Okay, now.
Okay, now y'all need to cancel a session.
Okay. So you said that there were several plays that were much better than Barkley.
Yes.
Okay. Name one play that was better than Barkley.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield snipe pass to Callaway for a touchdown.
Okay, no. Let's talk about the ones that were not rated. Let's talk about the play, the Denver play where they kicked it. They did a kickoff to the player in Denver, and he sat back there for like almost 800 years.
Okay, I saw
And
that.
still ran it off, and still ran a touchdown.
Now, who ran that touchdown in?
I don't know his name.
I don't remember his name.
There you go. And
No.
that's the reason why
No. I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Heck, I can say Bo Scarborough's play was better than Barkley's play, because Bo Scarborough got hit in the backfield, got hit on the knee in the backfield, and just boom, they brushed off, and he took it to the side and ran, and then
Well, he's 260. He's huge.
still, and that was a better play than Saquon Barkley. But because Saquon
It's
Barkley
the big names, the big money that get on.
and
TV.
I agree with you, Daniel. Me and you on the same. We on the same track. But I'm here. I don't look at money when I see plays, and everybody else does. And the NFL Network looks at money. Let's put money on the table because they paid him all this money. So let's say he's got the 7th base play.
Let's recall when Zeke's first couple of games as a rookie. Everybody was worried about Zeke.
Against the Giants.
He was not playing
Yes.
well.
Against the
He was
Giants.
struggling to hit holes.
You got 2
he
games.
wasn't patient enough.
And in that third game, go to the third game.
Barkley will figure out how to be patient and hit the holes in a timely manner. Sometimes when you're a rookie, you go too fast and you beat
And
your lineman to the spot.
And I'm gonna one up on you. Eric Dickerson.
Okay.
First placement scrimmage against the Jets, 80 yards. He didn't even know time. A running back is a lot different than
He's
any
an
other position.
exception to
No.
the rule.
I'm sorry, Eric Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Walter Payton. Well, no, I ain't gonna say Walter Payton. 'cause
Oh,
his first game
everybody loves Barry Sanders. How many times did we watch Barry get
was go in the backfield.
had
He had
18
no cho-
carries for 22 yards
He
and
had
he
no
bust
choice.
one run?
He had no
Changed the
choice
whole-
because his front line was in the backfield when they hiked the ball.
You think Barkley's not gonna have that issue?
We need to see Barkley and Barry Sanders enshrined each other.
So Zeke Elliott's first game ever was against the Giants. That was the Terrence Williams gaffe, where he didn't run out of bounds as he should have.
Ron?
He did 20 rushes for 51 yards and averaged 2.6.
Yeah.
Against Washington,
Same game.
21 rushes for 83. And then
The
the third game,
boom.
30 rushes for a buck 40.
140. And then after that, it was over.
Right.
It was over. Now go to preseason. Go
Now
to
I said
preseason.
be patient.
Go to
with Barkley.
preseason.
While we're discussing
Because-
in his entire preseason, he only had
One time against Seattle.
Seattle he had
43 yards.
seven carries for 48 yards.
40 yards. Yes.
His longest was a 13-yarder,
Yeah.
6.9 average.
But he was hitting it. Barkley got one time 39 yards, and then they stopped him.
We got
Okay.
3 most preseason games too.
All right. Well, I'm just saying he's not going to be the player y'all expect him to be.
That's a
Okay.
bold prediction.
That's a real bold position.
Yeah, I give him both.
Okay.
I give him both. Okay, so having said that, we're gonna keep it moving. Did anybody watch the preseason game?
Yes.
Daniel, you watched the preseason game this year? Cowboys 49ers.
Cowboys 49ers prediction.
No, did you watch the game?
Preseason
the
game.
preseason game.
No. Just read the stat.
Okay.
Okay.
What do y'all
Go ahead.
you watch the game? What do you think?
Go ahead.
I like the way the defense flied around against the first unit. I really did like that. Garoppolo did not look comfortable back there in his one series, and I did like
He had
that.
2 series actually.
Or 2 series.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
look comfortable at all. I'm not going to get overly excited at the Dak to Gallup touchdown pass,
No,
mainly
'cause-
because that DB stopped. But Dak did put it there. They say you can't throw the ball.
And Gallup did keep moving.
So that was good. Very disappointed in what I didn't see from our first round pick at linebacker.
I know.
I didn't hear his name called. I don't know if he made a tackle.
No, he
Leighton Vander Esch.
he had coverage. I thought he was good in coverage.
I didn't.
But I didn't see him do any tackling on the run. I didn't see him move up to the line of scrimmage. I saw him in the coverage, like that one play he had against that he was about to that he could have picked. He picked off, but he was out of bounds. Man, one play. And there's another play where the running back, where there was a tip ball, but the running back was coming out of the backfield. He can go sideline to sideline. I never saw him go into the backfield. So I was kind of disappointed that he never attacked the inside, the interior. And you're right, I never heard his name called either.
I saw an improved Taco Charlton.
Oh yeah.
He was back there a lot.
Yeah, look at the numbers.
He was in the backfield a lot. He didn't get any sacks, but he was back there a lot.
I didn't watch the game, but look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. 4, 11.
Numbers don't always tell us.
They really don't. And the fourth quarter, they really don't. And in the fourth quarter, they don't.
Four stringers, sir.
Yeah. These guys right here will be working at Home Depot.
Yeah, Best Buy, cashier.
Yeah. I did like Jaden Smith is gonna be off the chain.
Who?
Jaden Smith.
Yeah. He's gonna be.
No, I'm not ready for that yet because I did see a seam route by a tight end where he was beat by 3 steps.
Yeah. You still gonna get that, but still, I think he's gonna play out lights out. I love the way the defense played. The defense, the front line got into the backfield. The problem is they didn't get enough pressure on the quarterback. So then that Garoppolo, even whatever quarterback had, they had time. I mean, the middle of the field was wide open for San Francisco.
Did you notice one thing though? When they were in man coverage, they looked better than when they went zone.
They did. When they get killed when they was in zone.
They got just picked
Killed
apart.
when they was in zone. But when it's in man coverage, it was like, I mean, and I love the push. Like I always thought that the Cowboys, the deficit of this defense was going to be the running game. No, you can't run on the Cowboys.
Well, they found some guy from USC. I don't know who he is.
Number 64.
Aaron something.
Yeah. No, 74.
It was 64. I
No,
think.
74 is Armstrong.
Armstrong. Then it was 64.
It's 64.
He's from USC. I don't know where they found him.
Man,
but he was really
he
clogging
gets
up the middle.
penetration. Yeah, he gets penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so their running game is gonna be. I mean, if they can just shore up the defensive backfield, and this is when you start. This is when you sign for
Earl Thomas.
Because I think he got hurt, didn't he?
Did
I think he was injured in practice today or something like that.
Is he practicing?
Okay.
He got injured.
Because I thought
this,
he was holding out.
This when you sign for Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas shows up that backfield.
That defense really be
then
good.
it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be nice. I mean, I love the fact that Dak was able to take it downfield and score.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. I keep praising Bo Scarborough because this boy right here is gonna be nice.
Well, right. So it looks like he slimmed down.
Yes, he did.
And I was getting ready to say, Bo Scarborough is behind Zeke and behind Smith.
They learn how to play special teams.
You got to find a place for him if he's going to make the team.
I think they will find a place for him.
Will they keep 3 solid running backs?
They've always done that. They've always kept breathing.
It depends on what they list Tavon Austin as.
Tavon Austin is playing receiver, and they're saying, "Man, I like this guy right here at receiver because matter of fact, they've only practiced him in the backfield maybe once or twice, but they're playing him at receiver. He might take over.
But they may list him in running back so they can keep another one of those wide receivers on the fence.
Doesn't matter, but you ain't got to play him there. You can list him whatever you want to list him. And Tavon Austin is, and I hear people say, well, shoot, if McKay can't find, who is the Rams coach?
Sean McVay,
if he can't find a way, how's Scott Linehan? No, they're going to find a way to use Tavon Austin. Kick return, punt return, he's going to play slot.
The fly sweep.
Yeah, he's going to give me all over the place.
Bunch of gimmicks.
Doesn't matter. Give me 10 yards. Because that's what football is about, 10 yards.
Okay. I like that.
That's what football is. Okay, so next week. So Daniel.
Yep.
Make sure I get your I'll send it through Professor. Make sure I get your email address because we're gonna do a pick segment every single week. The winner gets $50. That means I'm winning. I mean that means everybody has a chance to win.
At the end of the season.
At the end of the season.
Not every game.
There's money on the line?
Yeah, there's money on the line and you ain't gotta pay nothing to get in.
Well, no, that's fine. I'm just saying. So $60 a week.
No. Oh, hell no.
See, I told you gotta clear that up.
No. At the end of the season, hell no. If you spent the
I don't get out of that for $50 a week.
If you spent the $50 a week, hell, I'd be winning every week. I just had y'all there. Trust me. I know how to cook some books.
Make it a good old household dish with it, you know.
Okay, everybody throw in $50 a week, and then we go from there. And at the end, everybody win.
Oh.
Wait, everybody throw in $50 a week, and the winner gets $50 at the end of the season. Where do you think the rest of the money going?
Me.
Anyway, it's $50 at the end of the season. We will give me your information. I'll put it in, and I'll send you the link and everything. Again, we're going to Brick House Lounge come this September the 3rd, and from that point on.
So the Brick House Lounge is off of West Arkansas Lane at 360?
360, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never been to. Okay.
Yeah. So they have drink. The bar will be open. The kitchen will be open.
Buy your own
So
drinks.
we will start broadcasting at the Brick House Lounge the first Tuesday in September.
Absolutely.
That will be the 4th.
The 4th?
September 4th.
All right.
Oh, it's September
September 4th.
And we'll be there from now on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome, guys.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I look forward to you being out there.
Oh, heck yeah.
All right. All right.
I may have to teach a few of you a couple of things, but I'm thinking, old girl there, I might could learn a thing or two from.
You mean teach them a couple of things? Because in this house, it's bitch woman house, and not
Excuse me?
not many people teach bitch woman anything.
Tell that to the security.
Guys, I enjoyed this.
Yes. We got to have you back on, man. Call in anytime you want to. We got to give you got to get a name though. Every time somebody calls in more than once, they get a name.
Well, he's a coach.
Well, I think I might have to call in. Probably. Well, we're gonna have to discuss the lanes tomorrow. After the what chicken they put today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a conversation. Yeah, be sure to go to the website 401sportsnews.com to get all your sports news. Go to the radio show or radio website 401radionetwork.com to get all your radio news. We're continuing to beef that up again. Jazz Fusion 4-1 with Mahogany starts tomorrow
From 7 to 9.
7 to 9. She's
Right.
got her own jazz show. She's gonna do jazz and fusion. She's gonna do some little mix there. Might be some neo soul going on in there.
Oh, yes.
So I look forward to that show right there. Again, it's 41 Sports Talk Radio, 41radionetwork.com, 41sportsnews.com. We're about to get out of here. Thank you, Professor.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, substitute.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate your substituting in. Thank you, security. Getting on and thank you, Daniel, for calling in. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, thank you guys. Y'all enjoy the evening.
Okay, and I got your email address. And then thank you, Preacher, for calling in because we had to cut you off because you always get cut off. But we'll see you the next week. All right, this has been 41 Sports Talk Radio, 41radionetwork.com. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
We're out.
We're out.
I
Music,
think we're
please.
All right.
Write it down. Yeah, write it down for me. All right.